Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sorcery and Secrets. I am your host, Uncommon Guru, the Uncommon DM, and this is the gang of Sorcery and Secrets shenanigans dealers. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Um,
It's
our our wonderful Emmy, who is playing Honey, is needing a break from all the holidays stuff that's been going on, so she's going to be not with us for this session. She will be with us later on this evening if she wakes up from her nap. But in the meantime, Honey has a very good reason for not being with our session this evening. A very good one. So we're just going to be jumping straight into having some fun, seeing what happens, and most importantly, looking at the magic and uncovering the secrets. So, you guys ready to jump in?
Ready?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Why do I have a pot on my person?
I have a shotgun.
Oh,
There are no guns here. Okay, sure. Tell yourself that.
I have an iron pot in my inventory.
Yeah, that's part of your background, probably. You can cook things with it. Don't worry about it.
I just looked in my eyes. I'm like, okay, there's a random 10-pound object. What the fuck?
Clearly, as I will always state in all of my other videos, do not worry. We're professional idiots.
I have this under control.
It's all fine.
Put
Oh,
pot on
God.
head.
Never put Shuffle in a position of power where he has to make decisions. Oh God, please don't.
He'll have a panic
We'll see.
attack or he'll kill everyone. I don't know which will happen first.
We'll see. But in the meantime, let's get started. When last we left our intrepid group of adventurers, they had left from the city of God's Finger and made their way towards Red Reef Cove. Along the way, they've encountered a few oddities as well as some new friends. Along the way, they fought against creatures the likes of which they've never truly seen before, and eventually made their way to Red Reef Cove. After seeing a colossal clash between two nigh titanous forms, and seeing something strange happen to Shuffle, the captain of the Ocean's Eye, Ford, spoke with the party briefly as they tried to review what had happened. After which, deciding that the storm was probably the most important thing for them to wait for, they decided to spend their time collecting materials to make alcohol. Because after a sight like that, clearly the best thing to do is get drunk.
Hey.
Speaking of which, do you spend the whole day working on making this alcohol?
The ocean is I mean, I spend the rest of the day, yeah. I would think, because, like, everyone just gathered around in the fucking ship expecting it, so why not?
The ocean likes pie. Gosh.
I'm not drunk. I will say this. When everyone starts drinking, I drink enough to keep a light buzz.
Okay.
Are we on the ship again?
You guys had collected the materials and you went back to the ship so that she could make the alcohol. You
Wait,
do
can I
not
talk to
ha-
Ford now then?
Yeah. I was about to
Oh.
say, you guys do not have to be helping her make this. Right now she has a taste tester, Molly, who
That's
had-
why I rolled a 20.
yeah. He got an apron that says happiest taste tester.
I'm sure he is!
And he's buzzed. He's most certainly buzzed. He might be getting a little bit drunk. You've been being like, here, taste this. Him needs a little more. Him the little extra.
To be fair, I got it on my first try.
Yep, you
With
did.
his help.
But yeah, he was
Right.
taking little sips every now and then to help make sure. But you can talk to Ford if you
Molly
wish.
is
Alright, fuck you guys. I gotta go. I go look for Ford. You guys do it on your own. I don't.
Also, I apologize to everyone listening if I cough every now and then. My apartment was bug bombed to get rid of some bugs and issues and such, so there's still some lingering
Inhale.
there. I do not wish to inhale.
To be fair, as soon as they get back to the ship, since Queen was with them,
Excuse me.
Queen's gonna be going back to what she was doing before she left.
Oh,
Which
by the
is
way, your bird might have a
constantly watching
slight
Ford.
buzz.
She
I
doesn't
may or
hear
may not have.
anything.
Oh, look, I'm like, I may or may not have offered like a spoon's worth to this bird to see what would happen.
To be fair, it wouldn't have accepted it because it's
Yeah.
technically under my control at all times.
Mm.
Yeah, so the bird's going back to watching forward.
Okay, so it's like staring at the window, not really able to discern anything because, not being let in. But
Yeah, I know.
He's watching.
I think Amnostra wants to go talk to
But
Ford.
Amnostra, you knock on the door. There's about a full 2 minutes of silence before the door opens, and Ford he opens it like let's say about 6 inches to look at you before he slowly opens it a little more. Yes, can I help you?
I can. I wanted to talk about the discussion we all had earlier in your office, if that would be fine.
Kind of looks at you for a moment. Very silent before he slowly takes a step back and kind of gives a little nod in. I'm on inside. You don't need to... He points at the bird. You stay outside.
Astra goes in.
He stares at the bird as he slowly closes the door. Bird is not allowed inside.
Oh,
Bird is not pecking door.
I wanted to apologize. I think at certain points we talked over you and kept cutting you off.
I was not very quick with figuring out what exactly needed to be said and what exactly didn't. Forgive me if I sound like I don't trust you, it's just... Have a seat. He motions to a chair off to the side.
Hey, have a seat.
He grabs a chair and he kind of like does a thing where he's going to sit down. Normally he just kind of flips it around instead and sits with it so he can kind of lean against the back side of the chair. He just kind of looks at you for a moment, just thinking, and that place I mentioned.
Yes.
I don't know if it took something from us, but none of us are exactly who we are or what we were before. I showed you my falchion, my sword, and
yes, you did.
I haven't been able to progress like I once was able to, and I've been stagnated, as it were.
Oh, is there any way we can help you progress and get back to what you once were?
I don't think so.
Or is that...
I think that's something I'm going to have to look at for myself, but right now I'm sailing around with my friends Molly and my new friends in Vex, and Terry Darrington is an interesting fella, to say the least. Most people forget he's in the bottom of the ship. Hell, I even forgot. He looks a little sheepish. She's like, "Oh, that's right. We've had him in the bottom of the ship, just writing stuff." But I've been staying close to the ocean. It's what I know, and the others aren't. They're not pushing me away for anything they needed this time. Most what they were looking at is still within their grasp. Mine is a little... He flexes a finger, and the falchion kind of forms in his hand for a moment. Just a very watery version, not fully summoned, but enough that he can look at it for a moment before letting it dissipate back into a sea foam that kind of quickly evaporates. Sorry, I don't mean to... I was trying to make sure that I didn't pass on my troubles to you all.
Don't apologize. It's your boat, and we're staying on it, so it's only logical for us to try and help you for the way you've helped us.
I appreciate it. I really do. It's just... Right now I'm not even sure where I need to begin. So...
I understand.
It's just... I don't know. I think this place will also give me some of the heebie-jeebies. Cat rolls his shoulders and leans back, crossing his arms. Molly told me about the ship you were on.
What about it?
when you went down into the bottom of the ship, there was no occurrences or anything underneath our ship, otherwise we would have been grounded much like that ship was, except it wasn't sinking. And he found some skin that I believe Yevon said was from a creature called an aboleth. Do you know anything about those?
Would I? Out of character?
You can roll a Arcana or History check.
Let me see which one's better. Oh, they're both the same. Can I roll a survival check?
It'll give you very different results, just so you're aware.
Okay, we're gonna take that check. It's a 7! It's a 7! I hate my life.
No,
I hate it.
You're more landlocked. I mean, you've heard the name mentioned by Yevon, but from the fact that it was found with a piece of its skin on the boat, they're probably seafaring creatures. That's pretty much all you know. That and Yevon told you that they have a mucus that can disease you.
All I know is what I heard from Yevon. She said that they have a type of mucus that can make you sick, and that they're in the ocean. It's my apologies. This is my first time on the water in a very long time.
No worries. I've been on the waters plenty of times myself, but an aboleth is definitely amongst the creatures that I'd say aren't exactly something I've exactly come across. I don't know literally anything about it myself.
If I had to guess, then they would lurk far, far below the surface. Sea creature.
Possibly. And if they're just deep faring, why was one of them found near the surface? I feel like there's just too many things I don't understand. I don't rightly feel it's something I wish to jeopardize your all life with, or my crew's life with, but we're kind of stuck in port until we're finished restocking.
I understand. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll be right here.
Just keep your eyes open. That's all I can really ask at this time. And
I think I can manage that. Thank you for hearing me out. Alex.
Alex.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Alex.
Alex.
She defaulted.
No, you're fine.
Alex is brewing some alcohol, and I think she'd like you to try it if you're in the mood. Thank you.
He stares at his hands for a moment, and are you getting up to leave? You're sticking around?
Yeah, she's getting up to leave.
As you hit the door, you just kind of hear him say, kind of call to you, "Tell her I'll be down in my own time. I need to look at something." And he gets himself up, and as you're closing the door, you see him go towards the foot of his bed, where there's a trunk. It is facing towards the backside of the captain's area. So even if you were looking in from the backside, you wouldn't be able to see what he's looking at.
Damn it.
Yeah. And for Shuffle's case, because obviously you're peeking in.
As soon as she leaves the room, Shuffle's there, outside the door.
Outside the door.
Shuffle wants to come up and talk.
Okay.
Oh, hello, little bird boy.
He waves, and he goes to he reaches over the side of her and knocks on Ford's door a little bit, and he just goes, "Ha!" in Ford's voice.
Excuse me.
You killed the DM.
Ford kind of jumps a little bit, and he's like, Shuffle. He closes the box, and he kind of looks to Imnostra for a second, gives a little nod, and motions for him to step inside.
Imnostra leaves. She bolts it out of there. She's got to get that alcohol. Gotta go.
Go get Crunk.
He walks up. He walks in the door really quickly and closes the door behind him. And if there's a lock on the door, he locks it.
That's already scary.
It's gonna kill Ford. Holy shit!
So he sits down in the room and he takes out he puts his little briefcase on his lap. He takes out his white erase board and he writes on it, and he turns it around, and it said, "I made something that I feel like I should show you before I use it on the ship.
Where are we?
Ford moves over very slowly, kind of gives a little, like he reads it over, and you can tell that he reads it over twice because eyes most definitely jump to the beginning and go back through it before he's like, all right. He kind of got a little bit of a wry smile. He's like, he's definitely interested. He kind of slowly sits down.
He raises it and says, "What you're about to see, you will not tell anyone I made. Got it? Question mark." And he flips it.
I have no reason to mention anything otherwise.
Wait, promise?
He's swearing him to secrecy.
I imagine that if you're using it, they're going to be questioning you about it more than myself.
He gives the best thumbs up he can without thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
don't you technically have like thumbs, kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, he has thumbs.
They're weird.
They're feathery.
Yeah. So he just goes, and he just flicks his wrist, and a shotgun appears in his hand.
He blinks as suddenly shotgun.
I'm sorry. You know what came to mind, don't you?
No.
What do you have there? A gun! No!
Yes. And Ford just kind of looks at it for a moment. He's just like,
he kind of places it gingerly on his desk.
Ford gently takes it. He makes a motion like a "May I?" before he touches it.
Shuffle nods and allows him.
He picks it up and kind of turns it over in his hands, aims it very like there's like one hand just like a gunslinger, just like holding it out, finger off the trigger, just straight out. Just I've seen similar things to this before, but kind of looks at the double barrel design and everything about it is just very foreign to him. He's just like, this is definitely a little bit different than anything I've ever seen.
He noticed one of the left barrel says groovy. On the right barrel, it says caca, motherfucker.
I can't even.
Okay. He grins when he reads groovy on one of the sides of it. He's just like, groovy, huh? Groovy, huh? He sets it down in front of Shuffle. I like it. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it, and it certainly isn't in my style, so as long as, of course, you don't use it against any of the crew and such like that, I don't see any problem with you having it.
He just says, I know I kind of pissed you off a bit the other day. Wanted to run it past you so I didn't get you too angry.
You're fine, Shuffle. I was just... He stares at Shuffle, and he... Roll a charisma check. Just a straight charisma.
I was about to say, as he finishes talking there, Shuffle just says, you're fine, Shuffle.
Shuffle is essentially at the moment like a punished child.
Yep, just roll a straight charisma check.
1 second. I'm writing down the quote, you're fine, Shuffle.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
our
way,
baby
instead
boy
of going,
is learning.
Talking bird, he can just go, Shuffle.
Nah.
He's going to do Talking Bird more often, I know.
Talking Bird, yeah.
Talking Bird's his staple, I'm aware of this. Yes, charisma.
Oh, our DM rolled it.
The stream can see that you rolled a 20. That's what's important.
Yeah, I got a 20.
A nat 20 or unnatural 20?
Unnatural 20.
Plus 3.
He's got a good charisma.
Yeah, nobody. Shuffle's got a good charisma. I love it.
I love that he's got a good charisma and he technically cannot talk.
Alright, so Ford...
Because he's cute.
Yeah. Ford stares at Shuffle for a moment as he says, you're fine, Shuffle. He's like... He slowly pushes himself back and gets up, and you see him walk over to the chest. He opens it up. He keeps it shadowed just so that you can't see everything inside of it, but you do remember that this was the same place that Jester had given you the donut from.
Nice. By the way, the gun's gone as he gets up.
Yep. Understandable. And he goes over and he reaches in and he pulls something out, and it's very, very clear. You don't have to roll perception or anything. He pulls out a book. Looks like a journal. Oh. And as he closes it down, he stands up. There's a very clear indication of whose journal this likely was because of the fact that it has a unicorn with a dick for its horn.
Hey, Jester.
Yes, it is a Jester journal. And he moves over and he sits down. He taps it gently, and you see that there's a bookmark that looks like it's been set to a specific page. Opening it up, he holds his hand against it for a second, looks at Shuffle, sets it down, turns it over so the Shuffle can see exactly what it is, and he slides it across. What you'd be able to see on that is an image that looks similar to what Shuffle was turned into, but based off of what you've known and seen before, and from the fact that you see several other, not Shuffle creatures, they look like quadrupedal creatures as well as tripedal creatures, and creatures that look like they have like tentacle wings of some sort.
Can I roll something? Arcana?
With disadvantage.
Okay.
Make sure it's not DM rolled.
Make sure it's public.
Yep.
Damn, nice.
You're putting a few pieces together based off the information you've already received. You've never heard of anything like this before. This is completely foreign to you, but you're putting the pieces together pretty well. These creatures, they're likely in a similar vein to what happened to yourself. To different sorts of creatures. The tripedal thing is definitely something new entirely, but each one of them, this is a Jester journal, but all of these, like, there's no like dicks or other things drawn on these pages. These are like serious pages.
Almost like drawn out of fear looking.
Yes. Yes, there's scratch marks around certain parts of it where she was probably like hashing it real quick to make sure that what was drawn was remembered. Like a fever dream almost.
Shuffle will take out the shell.
As he does, Ford's eyes kind of dart to it and he's like, "What's that?"
He takes out the draw. He takes out the thing. I was like, he writes dry erase board. He writes a big plus on it, and he puts the plus sign in between him and the shell, and then he points to basically shell plus shuffle equal to that.
Yeah, it takes him a moment to kind of go, shuffle plus shell equals shuffle plus shells. Oh. So that thing is what made you into what you jumped onto the ship as.
He nods.
Okay.
You write down. It gave me the abilities to like. It made me feel quicker and the ability to breathe water.
Give you
fins, all that. I could breathe water.
So it allowed you to be aquatic and amphibious, as it were. Kind of like when I myself go into the water, I myself have a swimming speed, able to zip around with some ease with what I do.
Okay, hand, basically.
Okay, go.
Yep. He stares at the shell. He kind of makes a motion to look it over.
He writes down, "Don't eat it," and he hands it.
Yep. He when he reads that, like, you see this again, this little like this quirk of I'm not gonna eat it. I'm just. Then he like pauses and kind of looks away, just thinking, no, no, do not consume.
No, do not ingest.
Do not consume. He picks it up. He turns it over in his hands, looking at it. Roll him a quick Arcana check. Hey, not bad. He's not the best at it, but you can definitely get a sense that he's taking his time to try and inspect it. He's no Caleb, but he did roll pretty high.
Oh, Caleb.
Right on his dry erase board, and the dry erase will say, "So basically, you died to get to this plane of existence, right? Or this universe, right?"
You see him, like, as he kind of looks up from it to say something, he sees that and kind of flinches, and I suppose that's what it was. It certainly felt like dying.
You see Shuffle get real hesitant when he's writing, and he writes it down again. What if you died again?
Hopefully I'd stay dead, but
Why do you
knowing
ask
my
questions?
luck, I'd end up back in that plane of existence where things were going straight to shit, and I was bounced around to a new place.
He then writes down, "What if I die?" And all of a sudden, the gun appears right next to.
You're gonna kill our GM because every time he laughs, he inhales really sharply.
Yeah, I'm inhaling bug bomb juice, and it's just making me die very fast. You point at your head, and Ford immediately he's like, now shuffle, put the gun
It's
down.
joke. It's a joke. It disappears.
Oh,
Put the gun down.
he slowly passes, just like he's like, oh, please do not. I'd prefer it if I didn't have your blood on my conscience. I have enough to worry about with that.
Writes down, I thought you were about to say carpet.
I don't have carpet. It's wood. He like emotions. It's wood. And regardless of where you're, I wouldn't want your death on my conscience. Is what I'm saying. He looks at the shell. He sets it down in front of you.
Gone.
Just
quick hands.
And he accepts that. He's like, I'd recommend not trying to fiddle with that too much until you get someone to actually look that over in more detail. But he places a hand on Shuffle's shoulder. You're crazy. But you're my kind of crazy. And I can respect that even if you're a little bit off the walls at times.
My son.
You're protective, and you're doing your best. And I don't know if they recognize that yet, but I see good things for you. Just he pats your shoulder gently. Keep being yourself, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. All right?
He nods and he just goes,
Oh,
"You're fine." Then he walks out.
what time?
Yeah.
What time is it in the game?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. Let's finish up the scene. I know. You're eager to get drunk. I'm aware.
He's not drinking.
You're not drinking.
No, I have something to do.
Okay.
Okay.
What were you wanting to do? Right now, it is afternoon, probably about 4 in the evening.
What time does shops close?
Generally around 7-ish, depending on if there's a storm.
Alright, well, by then I would have returned the key back to the owner. We'll get back to the ship, so... While Molly and Honey's getting wasted...
Honey's not with us.
Honey is not with you. Honey is upstairs in the second level getting something else.
Who's making the alcohol? I don't know.
I am,
Alex.
but I'm not getting wasted.
Well,
She's buzzing herself.
I'm getting drunk before a date. Fuck that.
You need an intelligent conversation. Yo, Shuffle's right here, dog.
while you and Molly are getting stoned or whatever.
Drunk.
Not getting drunk again.
Stoned is the wrong thing. That's
only Molly and the crew that's drinking. Nobody in the party is drinking.
No one in the party's drinking.
Well, while they're drinking, I'm going to the general store real quickly.
Okay. You getting something from the PHB?
A
If any
whetstone.
of the party,
A
I
whetstone,
have the bird
okay.
at this point. Anybody that leaves the ship, the bird follows.
Yeah, I've
I'm not
noticed that.
letting- I'm not letting him get knocked out again, and the Shuffle's got to screech again.
It's why Ford is appreciative of you. Yeah, what? Just one whetstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go
just
on.
copper.
I had a stupid image of Merrick potentially getting in trouble, Shuffle jumping off the boat and going, ah, all the way
I'll give the owner 1 silver.
Yep, he gives you back 9 copper.
Well, I would like to ask him, when's the next storm coming?
Oh, don't quite know yet. He looks over and you see him looking at a little weather vane on the front end. It's been pretty calm this last day, but hopefully this time they actually spend some time to rest and relax rather than coming to give us another storm front on our ends. As much as I enjoy watching them fight, which they've, never done before, but it is a spectacle to be seen. It is one of those things that, ends up causing more damage than good.
Yeah, true, but I did figure out what they were.
Oh, really?
Yes. One's a Djinn, and the other is a What's that M word?
M-A-R-I-D.
Yeah,
A
Mari.
married.
A married, thank you.
A
And one of
Jin
them,
and a Merid.
and one of them's a married.
Huh. Never heard of them.
Oh, you never heard of Djinn? A Djinn?
Nope. This is a first for me. But don't worry. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little shell. He's like, as long as I've got this, hopefully the storm will pass me by.
What's that?
It's a little keepsake I bought from a friend of a friend of a friend, really. A few people are beginning to sell some of these. Apparently, they're supposed to be good luck amongst the storm. Something about keeping watch and things like that. Which, so far, my place has been pretty good.
Wait, what did he pull out?
He pulled out a little spiral-shaped shell.
God damn it!
May I?
You've never seen this before.
May I identify that if that's okay?
If you have the time. He
Alright,
sets it down. He's just like, I mean, I do not think it is magical. I think it's just like a good luck shell. You know,
Question.
it's just good luck.
Just a curious question. You don't have to like ritual cast, identify, or detect, do you?
No, you can just cast them.
Okay.
Unless you have the
Okay.
ritual caster spell, in which case they are ritual spells that you can only ritual cast.
Fuck!
Not ritual cast it. Bards
What?
ritual cast.
Yeah, I can cast ritual magic or choose not to, but
Cast
Well-
the magic, but you can't do it as a ritual.
Well, that's
You
why I
have to
asked because
use
my
the spell
warlock
slot.
has it. That's why I was
You're the
asking.
ritual caster, right? So
Yeah.
you'd have to ritual cast it. I made
Well,
that
fuck
mistake
me.
on the last one. Let me check spellcasting ability. Nope. If it
Right.
has the ritual tag, a bard can ritual cast it. You can cast a bard spell you know as ritual if it has the ritual tag. That is something bards can do.
alright.
I mean, do you think it is magical? I thought that was just a good luck charm.
I'll tell you what. If you got a pearl, if I could buy a pearl from you,
I do not have any pearls myself. In the upper district where they create things, they might have a pearl. Was there a specific kind of pearl you were looking for? A black pearl? A red pearl?
something worth about 50 gold.
Worth 50 gold. Yep, I do not sell those things. I work in a general store. I do not have all these things for you. In the upstairs, though, they may have something for you.
Alright, thanks.
Okay.
But I may or may not be back to see if that thing is magical, depending on my time. But
Of course.
I think I'll stop there real quickly. Thank you.
Of course. Take your time. Also, I
Yes.
double-checked. Pearl worth 100 gold.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
my bad.
No, you're fine. I wanted to make sure that you were aware, because your character would be aware of that.
Alright. So I'll blend into the crowd stealthily, and make my way to the jewelry store or something.
Okay. So you head upstairs. Takes maybe 10 minutes to find the jeweler's place.
Another out of character question. Sorry, I keep asking. I understand in D&D they would, but do jewelers actually just have straight up gems?
In some jewelry stores, before they put it into things like rings and such, I believe they do. But I don't know
Okay.
out of character.
I just had to ask, I'm sorry.
And usually in jewelry stores and places like that, they don't tend to have these things just outright. But if you ask around for the right people, they might be able to assist you.
I just had to ask, sorry.
You're fine.
I'll look for a jeweler.
And you find one. Walking
After-
inside, you see a... I'm sorry, after what?
Oh, never mind. I was going to say afternoon to that person.
Sorry, no, afternoon. You walk inside and you see a very boisterous, very pleasant-looking half-orc with her hair done up in little ringlets that are wrapped around into two big buns on either side of her head, wearing a thick red lipstick that just contrasts her green skin heavily. As she turns around, hello there, darling. How are you doing this fine day? Are you coming
How
to
old
shop?
does she? Yeah, how old does she look?
Say probably within her 30s. She's got a ring on at least three, her middle ring and pinky finger of both hands, and a bracelet of looks like silver on each wrist.
Is she not skinny?
No.
Alright. I'll approach.
She leans against the counter. How can I be of assistance there? You look like you're a man with something in mind.
You got a pearl?
I've got many types of pearls. Was there something specific you wanted?
Just a pearl with over 100 gold.
Specifically by design, by the type of pearl that it is, or by the luxury of what is built with it? I've got a pearl necklace that's worth quite a sum. But if you're looking for something like a pearl ring or a pearl, just a pearl necklace, we've got certain ones of them that are more rare than others, I suppose you could say. But they're not worth 100 gold. They're worth quite a bit more because of their value and their size.
Well, truth is, I am a bard. And I do, and my mentor always said I need a pearl for identifying.
Ah, you're using it for... of course. You'll want a necklace, then. People try and filch things off of rings far too easily. Keeping it around your neck ensures that it stays a safe keep. Let me see what I can pull up. I don't have any that is specifically for 100 gold alone. She's got a little bounce in her step. They got boing. As she bounces up to look at one thing, kind of comes back down. Nope, not over there. You see her grab a step ladder that she kind of just drags over. Doop doop doop.
Checking her out, though.
Of course. Again, seems like a nice lady. She's
not that checkout. Not that checking out.
Are you going to be more specific than that? Because you're just leaving that up in the air for me to interpret as I will.
I'll whisper it to you.
Just DM it to me.
Oh, I'll whisper it to you. But continue.
She looks over. She's like, 100 gold specifically. I do not get enough people like yourself. That's what I figured you were saying. That's what I was getting into before you're like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm like, well, hold your horses. Chill, I got this. And again, this is, she's probably lived at least some luxury. I mean, she runs a jeweler's shop, so she's probably been able to get what she wishes and desires. It's when she turns around, she probably looks at you and kind of squints because you're being a little bit obvious about it. She's like, "Oh, please, I know bards when I see them." And she steps down. She's got 3 boxes. Setting them down, the first box has several smaller pearls with a big one in the center. Sadly, this is part of a set, and I cannot bear to get them separated, but the total cost for this necklace is 1,500 gold. So I highly doubt this is what you're looking for. I just wanted to make sure it was presented as an option. Some people like yourself saying their adventurers with the right amount of gold can get what they wish, if you understand me. But I will show you the others. Do not choke on your spit before I am finished. I have 2 others, as I mentioned before. The first one is she opens it up, and it is a black pearl with gold leafing that has been very delicately, very gently put in around it, making it look like it's trapped within a ball of gold. Looks quite intricate. This one took quite some time to appropriate. It's 500 gold. A lot cheaper pricing, but part of that is for this is for the gold that is with that as well. Although for the gold itself, it's only around 200 gold. So the pearl is worth the price. And for the final one, this one, she pulls it open, and this one is a very odd-looking pearl. It is a It looks like it's got liquid inside of it, and as she kind of moves it gently, it looks like that kind of like flitters about within it. The person who sold this to me called this a blood pearl. I don't understand the reasoning for it, but it is quite lovely to look upon as you're doing it. But it is also worth 300 gold. This one is just that by itself. The one that is a black pearl, that one is 500 gold because it has the gold with it as well. And the pearl necklace is 1,500.
Alright, Black Pearl, maybe we could negotiate more. I'm trying to charm her.
You're trying to persuade her?
Charm/persuade. You know.
There's a very distinct difference in that.
Yeah, because when you say charm, I think spell.
Yes, that's why I'm asking the distinction.
Oh, like moving closely, like surely a beautiful woman like you could lower the price.
And a beautiful woman like me happens to be smart enough to know when someone is trying to charm her socks off. I'd appreciate it in that you're thinking highly of me, but I do run a business. What is your offer?
Alright. Out of character 500, you say?
Mm-hmm. For the black one. 300 for the blood pearl.
Hmm.
Or 1,500 for the pearl necklace.
How about 300 and I'll pull out one of the gems?
Which gem?
Worth 100 GP. I think it's one of the gems we got from the from that city, from that water city that our barbarian friend gave us before he left.
Right. 350 and the gem.
All right. Well, I can't.
She nods slightly, and you're doing this for the black one, correct?
Yeah.
And she closes the other two off and takes those behind the desk and just kind of sets them down. All right. And she holds out her hand for the gem.
I'll give her the gem as well as the 350.
She takes both. She holds up a finger, pulls out a jeweler's kit, quickly looks it over, turns it slightly. Buying and reselling. I hope it's for the right price. She takes the gem and the gold and just kind of sets it in her bank, slides the black pearl forward. You are now in possession of a quite valuable pearl. Try not
Black
to lose
pearl.
it.
I'll put it around my neck.
A black pearl worth 300 gold. So,
it's a necklace, right?
yes, it is a necklace. Black pearl necklace with gold leafing.
That upsale.
And I'll ask her, what are you doing tonight?
Hopefully I will not be having to worry about the storm, if you get my drift. Otherwise, depends on how well the rest of the evening goes. Might go out for a drink, might stay in. Don't know yet.
Alright, what time can I pick you up?
Cute. Very cute.
What?
I'm not going to be going fawn-eyed over every bard that comes through this door. I happen to have a far keener mind than that. She winks at you anyway. She's like, but thank you for trying. It does my heart good.
Alright. Well, I'll be performing anywhere. And I'll give her a nice wink. And I'll leave.
She nods.
And I'll go back to that guy.
Yep.
To the owner.
You have returned, and I'm presuming you have the ability to use this spell now. You see he's like holding on to it. He's looking at it kind of like anxiously now. Clearly you being like, hey, I'll identify. He's like, I'm not actually sure if I want this identified. I'm worried now. Is this magic? Do I have...
And don't worry, I have the pearl tucked under my neck with my...
Yeah, you've got it. You've got it where you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, without being stolen, so... So, I'll use identify.
Okay. Are you casting it as a spell or as a ritual?
Since I have the pearls. So...
You would need it to cast a spell as well.
Yeah, I'll cast it as a spell.
So you're just spending the spell slot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You decide to do it very quickly. And from the look on his face, probably a good idea. He might not have let you finish the ritual otherwise. But he lets you hold on to it for a second as you cast the spell. As you do, you get little flickers of arcane energy. They kind of feel like they're like laying out a map work of what this is. Like little glowing runes that are embedded into it that you couldn't see before, seem to help spell out exactly what this does. The first thing that catches your mind is that there is a black underlie to some of the words. There's a curse on this.
Where did you get this?
Hold on. I'm gonna explain all the other stuff before you jump into that, because you're picking all this up. The black underlie is a curse, wherein it, from what you can tell, it creates a link between the user and something else. The benefits of it is that when used, it has to be in some way like utilized, like pushing either the center of it or inhaling it will do. But it gives an aqua form essentially to the user, gives them the amphibious trait and a swimming speed. It does give them a vulnerability to lightning damage, but it gives them a resistance to necrotic and cold damage.
I'm repeating everything you said to this guy, but I'm gonna say you might want to get your money back. This shell is cursed.
He kind of like flinches away from it. He's like, I mean, we don't have too much lightning damage around here. I mean, besides when the storm strikes, but if we stay inside, most we can do have harm us is the water, and I don't know. He's like grabbing his hand, just kind of wringing it out slowly as he's staring at it.
Well, I thought you should know.
Set it down. I will definitely consider. I didn't pay that much for it. I only paid 20 gold. It was a steal, really.
Well, just be careful with that, and don't inhale it. Okay?
Inhale it? Why would I inhale it? Oh, you mentioned the how to use it, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. That sounds... He kind of just stares at it for a moment.
Well,
thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you for the... Well, thank you for the whetstone, and letting me identify it.
Thank you for identifying it.
Alright, I'll be on my way.
As you're walking out, he's just like, maybe next time I'll have him identify it as payment. That would probably be smarter. Yes. And then you just hear ding, and you close the door.
Alright, well, with my new whetstone and my new pearl.
As you're walking out of the room, a note appears on your shoulder in the crow's claw.
What's this?
It says, Dear Blue Boy, it's Shuffle. I have a favor to ask of you, possibly. Could you by any chance pick up some, and it's just like, it's basically the ingredients to make more bullets, but he gives each ingredient individually for me. I'll pay you back. If you do it, I'll pay you back on your way here. Love, Shuffle.
Okay.
Kisses.
Alright, I'll go get the list of things. So,
Okay.
How much?
To get them all individually, it will help to bring down the price for it. How many were you looking to get from Varric, not from Shuffle? Because unless you wrote down the exact amount.
No, I on purpose didn't.
Okay, so how much were you looking to get, Varric?
About, well, you said list, ingredients, and you didn't say the quantity, so about one of each.
I'll say for one of each. The total runs up to around. Actually, let me see if there's anything on the Mercer list. Mercer, help me out here. Matthew Senpai, please.
Matthew Senpai.
Basically,
No one ever repeat that I ever said that. Ever.
Too late. It's on stream and you're going to be uploading this to YouTube. It's on the internet.
Shit. No, I knew what I was doing. I'm being a little shit.
Commercial.
Go to commercial. Go to commercial. I don't know how to do that.
Put an ad up.
Yeah, there we go.
Amazon sponsor me.
Yeah, to make for your kind of thing.
to make 5 ammo is 5 gold. So
Yep, that's what I was about to say. For your ammo, it would be 5 gold. So you only pay 5 gold for the materials to make that.
Alright, 5 gold it is.
Yep. So you pay 5 gold. You're not quite sure what the stuff is for, but you know.
All right. With the stuff I get, I'll return to the ship. I'll find Schnuffle and say,
Schnuffle.
Snuffle.
well,
Shuffle. And we know what you meant.
We know, it's
Shuffle.
just cute.
He'll take
I'll
the
find
stuff if you
Shuffle.
give it to him.
and say,
He
Here you
happy.
go. That'll cost you 5 gold, please.
He'll give you a thumbs up and hand you 50
50 gold,
50 silver.
silver.
50 silver.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
getting,
not cool.
it's like asking for $1 and getting 100 pennies.
More like 10 dimes. Which is even worse
Oh,
because they're
God.
smaller. But yeah, you get back your money worth in silver.
All right. I'll.
So I guess as they're doing that, Shuffle he'll be doing his tinkering above deck this time because it's just like he's making balls, man. What you guys?
Yeah, it's a little weird to watch him doing, but Vax kind of like watches him and he's just like, he like you see him like, actually make a perception check.
Shuffle or
Shuffle.
everybody else? Oh. 12.
Okay, let me. Yeah, you see him approaching. He's the blonde-haired man that you had seen at the beginning of this with the mechanical entity moving behind. As he walks up and he kind of looks over your stuff, very like he's just standing over, just looking at it, like,
Tyrion Darrington.
yes, you remember who I am. He like just kind of plops himself down right across from you. I see that you've been working on quite a little contraption there. Is all right if I take a look?
Please.
He's talking about the balls, by the way. He doesn't know about what you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, Shuffle just goes, squints very carefully, and hands him a single bullet.
Yep. He takes it, holds it up to the light, kind of turns it over in his hand. Yes. I remember
mental image
something
of
like
a-
this. Kind of tossing it in his hand slowly before he looks back at you and holds it
The
out.
second he touches it, Shuffle goes, what? The
And
second he tosses it in
grabs
the
it.
air.
Yeah, he's like,
The mental image of a bird squinting is awful. I'm just saying.
no worries.
It's so fun.
He's like, hey, I have dealt with these before. I've not lost any of them yet. You hear just like as you hear Dottie behind him writing this down. He's like, Dottie, you can close the book for right now.
Remind me who Dottie is?
Dottie is a giant automaton behind Tyrion.
Okay,
It's
thank
basically
you.
a big robot.
Oh, pfft.
And he
Thank you.
leans forward so he kind of gets a little bit more of a squint to his own eyes as he's like, now, bird friend, I understand that.
He's like focusing on his work, then he slowly just stands up.
Forgive me, I never received your name, I believe. Dottie, did you write that down? Dottie's like hands him the book. He like quickly. Schiffle? Dottie, you need your work on your penmanship. Dottie just gives a little robotic of a shrug.
He just goes, sound of shuffling cards, best I can do with my mouth.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's going to be a very hard name to remember, but I will try. Vert. You must understand, I mean no
He's
disrespect.
basically, his eyes are almost closed at this point.
Hard
Looking at the-
squinting.
Shovel just gives up.
He's like, I mean no disrespect, but I have seen this kind of tinkering before. A friend of mine, I actually worked with him. He's I suppose you could call us science buddies. We did all sorts of shenanigans and doodads and such, and I happen to recognize the work of bullet making, I believe he referred to it. He points to the little ball that you're working on.
He writes on the dry erase board and says, I just use these to spin around to relieve stress.
Make a deception check.
With my writing?
You were telling him something. Just write a deception check for your body language.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see
how
how this
good am
goes.
I at deceive? Okay, I'm not awful.
Yep. He's like kind of like squints at, like he does like a squint back at you, and you just give a very calm, just like, yes, this is totally what I mean. Slowly, just kind of nods. All right. I was simply asking because the methodology was similar, and I was curious. I worked for some time with him, and I helped him, and he helped myself. He leans back, and he ting ting on Dottie. He's like, this is actually a Dottie 3. I lost my last Dottie after events transpired, and I was no longer able to have Dottie 2. But he actually helped create Dottie 2, which inspired the design of Dottie 3.
He is good at seeming interested.
He's good at seeming interested, of course.
He's like doing his work, and he's basically like a thing of just like while he's working, he's just like.
Yes,
Literally the tactic
yes,
for parents.
Yep. Yes, I remember when I spoke with him about it. Actually, before all this happened, and we ended up here and destitute, no money. Didn't even have a sister to say that it was her fault for the. I shouldn't bother you with those things. It's in the past. It's in the past. I still need to work on my bucket list. Dottie, make a note. I need to find where the bird people live and say hello to them. Make that down. Anyway, I apologize. The details and semantics, but if you were looking for someone to assist you in creations of such things, I'm dreadfully bored. We're on the sea. There's nothing to look at that's interesting. There's nothing that's good.
Vax.
His head snaps over to Vax. Vax is just like slowly squints at him. He's just like slowly leans away. He scares me. I mean, he's a good man. He's a friend, but.
Oh no, he's on the dry erase board. No, he's the one assisting with me with things I'm making.
Oh! He his eyes get really wide. Oh.
Please tell me he starts talking trash on Vax. Please don't. He starts.
I mean, he is indeed skilled, and he's very good with what he does, but there's just a difference to the things he does. You don't actually see his work, and when you do, it's usually a mess over there and a mess over here. It's just a matter of preference, I know, but at the same time, I much prefer the elegancy and stylicism of what I've done, and if you ever choose to look into something more, I will be below deck working on something myself. He stands up, gives a little of it, dusting off his pants. I bid you adieu. And he taps Dottie. Come, Dottie, let's go. Goes downstairs, and Vax just kind of slowly slides up behind.
Can I just send my bird to try to deadleg that guy?
Deadleg.
No, I gotta stay nice to him for the time being. He'll get a rude awakening soon enough.
You consider it, and then you're like, nah.
He's added to a very certain list that Shuffles has been making over the course of the game.
I'm so curious about that, but I kind of don't want to know.
Okay. Yeah, he's stating his opinion, but obviously, people. And Vax just kind of leans over, just like, he grows on you like a wart that you want removed quickly as possible. He kind of shrugs, just like, he's a good guy. It's just he's an acquired taste.
Feel that love.
Yeah, he gives a little nod to Shuffle. Keep doing what you're doing. Pats him on the shoulder.
I like you.
I like you too. He pauses for a moment. He's just like, I don't know what happened with the whole thing the other day, but if you can avoid having to use that thing again, I'd recommend it. Bad things happen to people I saw looking like that. Primarily from me, but
Okay.
Yeah. Gives a little smile, pats him on the back again. I am going to go get a few other things for myself. Do you need anything? You need some extra stuff?
He writes down store ?
Yeah. He kind of he motions to.
I
what
will
Shuffle's
hand him
exactly 150 silver pieces.
must be able
and
50
I will
bullets.
and 20 gold pieces.
So 5 per. So you want to be able to make 35 bullets, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes it, just puts it into a little pouch, gives a little nod, throws up his hood, and vaults over. He's just off into the city.
Okay. So right now I have 20 bullets, by the way, because of the
Mhm.
stuff I bought currently.
Mhm.
So in total I have 55, which I should be good for a while on, I think.
Yeah.
I also have 3 gold, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's just the fun of making stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to just go all in. Shuffle's like, after I have this gun, I won't need much.
Yeah.
I have enough things to cause chaos already. I have for fun. Can I go up to the crow's nest and use my spyglass to try to see if I see
You mean what remains?
Yeah, you can go up there.
I imagine it's been fixed since we've been in port for a while.
It's being fixed. It's still a lightning strike that was a natural 20 destroyed a good chunk of it, so it's still taking some time to actually fix all of it, but
Yeah.
it'll support your weight.
Basically, the idea is he's looking for he's just looking to see if these two are about to square up again.
Which two are about to square up?
The 2 fish boys,
Boys.
big boys that we had to
right.
thick boys
Yep.
even.
Roll a perception check with advantage. Which way are you looking, by the way? Are you looking up the mountain? Because right now you are against a cliffside. When you last saw them, they came from around the sides, or maybe it was from over top. You weren't exactly able to see from your vantage point. And you can basically see upwards and then out into the ocean.
I'll look upwards first.
Perception check with advantage.
21.
Yep, you're just leaning back, just like looking over. You're like, mm-hmm. You're looking up towards the sky. Clouds seem fine, at least. No
Can I roll to
shadows
see if I
out.
knew what those things were, by the way? I don't think I ever did.
That would be a straight Arcana check.
Okay. No, I rolled a 4.
You're not certain what they were. Even with some of the stuff that you've dug through to learn things, the name of these particular creatures was never one that you'd think came up. It's worth looking into later, but right now you're just like, they were weird. They're definitely weird, and they had air and water and lightning and
Can you look in the clouds?
I'd imagine that's what he's looking at right now.
Yeah.
Right now, looking into the clouds, it's still dark. Not stormy dark, just an overcast that's just kind of lingering in the air. Nothing's moving, just shadows in the sky.
Since he's on the crow's nest,
Mhm.
gonna take out the shell again.
Okay.
He's gonna try to figure out what it is, figure out more about it just by inspecting.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
A what?
Roll an Arcana check. Okay. So you spend about half an hour going over it, predominantly because the markings on it are very small. You look it over and you see little runes in it. What languages do you speak? Let's see here. Okay. You can't make out all of it. The language seems to slide right next primordial, but there's something about the phraseology of it that it doesn't make as much sense, and some of them are just pure runes. Most of those runes are
Aquan. Would I recognize it as Aquan since it's a cousin of?
I'm going to say it is not Aquan. You'd be able to recognize Aquan even if you can't speak it. This one looks like it's a warped version of Primordial, something that's harder to even figure out. Like some parts of it, you're like, this looks like this could have been Aquan, but the way that it's like drawn out looks like it's longer and would be a lot harder to speak. But with the 21 Arcana, you do notice a few of the various runes that are engraved as part of the, likely part of an enchantment that caused it, to be mentioning things like transfiguration magic.
Okay. And eventually I just come out and hang out with Alex.
You come in downstairs, Alex. The crew's having a bumping party. Limey is just laying in Molly's lap, just like, give me another! As Molly's just like, okay, takes it, and she holds it up for him to drink out of. She's not drinking it herself.
What's happening? Who?
Limey is in Molly's lap, feeding him drinks as everyone's having some.
Limey's here? Wait.
Yes.
Limey?
Yes. Limey is the person who draws a lot of fan art for us. For those who don't know,
I know who Limey is, but I know she
know.
was like in. Like
He's
in.
talking.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. You didn't know that because you hadn't been there for the session she was introduced. But yeah, she's there. She's this ship hand who was hired by Molly to help with a lot of stuff here, and right now she's just having a good time. And some of the other party members are. Or not party, crew members, my apologies. Crew members are doing shots together with each other, trying to outdrink each other. Because, it's pretty good. It's not, like, the strongest alcohol because they didn't have full time to age. But, they're just having a good time. They're just glad they have something that tastes decent. It's basically a party in the underside of the ship.
I feel like Alex is just watching this pandemonium, just like, yes.
I
Yes.
did this. Yes, I did this.
Hey,
Alex,
nothing makes a brewer
eventually-
more nothing makes a brewer more happy than watching people enjoy their booze.
Alex, eventually Shuffle just comes next to you and just like sits down and like hugs you.
What? Wait.
Oh.
Hi.
He gives you like a quick side hug, then he just goes back to sitting next to you with a smile.
She looks visibly surprised.
I'll be sharpening my swords with my new whetstone
Mhm.
on deck.
So on top deck.
She just turns herself and just kind of goes, okay, well, I don't mind it. Why?
He just shrugs.
She's going to give him a quick hug back. I'm assuming you're not going to drink. I really hope you are not going to drink.
No.
Yeah.
You just notice he's in a really good mood for some reason.
Not gonna question it. Not gonna question it because if I question it, it's bound to make me worry. So she's gonna. What time is it roughly?
By
As
this
people getting
point,
wasted.
at this point, I'd say it's around 6:30.
Hmm.
I'm assuming if Nostra gave the message.
6:30,
to Ford?
you think?
Yep. It's getting
From
close to 7
Ford.
when everyone is closing up. Ford hasn't come down yet, just yet.
I think I'll go to the bar and play some music.
Okay.
Guru, I sent you a DM real quick.
Yes, I didn't forget about you, Limey. I know you're still part of the ship. Sorry, for those who are watching this in the future, Limey is also in the Twitch chat. And
Well, I
she
mean, I
was
just want to say
screaming.
you're a great person.
Yep, you are.
You have a fan, a really big one.
We'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a moment.
You talking to me?
Yes, you.
Okay, cool.
So, Varric is going to go and play at the bars, or a bar rather.
Yeah, not the one I was in.
So you're going to the one with the underbite guy, the catfish-looking friend, or are you going up to the top area?
Go to the guy who I sold my booze. Just trust me.
The bird, once again, the bird's just legit around the ship at all times, like circling it. Whenever someone the main party leaves, he follows.
Okay.
So actually, no. Right now he's with Vax. Actually, never mind. I was gonna
Yeah.
say he's with Varix, but to be honest, to be fair, he's with Vax.
Yeah, he's like, hold on, I need to make sure I get my guns. Yes, my bullets.
Oh,
My
well,
sweet.
Well, no, it's just because he left first.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I'll try the. I'll try the top one.
So you go to the very top. The very top one is like as soon as you're walking up into it, it's not like a separated district, but it's definitely more of a housing for people who have access to a little bit more in terms of items and things. They're more away from the water, so they don't have to worry about waves crashing against them. Essentially, it's like walking amongst lower nobility. They still have to rub elbows with people who are considered more commoners because there's a way up to the top of the city area from here that will lead them across into the ravine, which from there you can go to the other side of the island from there. But the bar there is very nicely made. It is made with a scattering of seashells that are kind of like looped into each other, giving it like this little clattering noise when you open the door. So when you open it, like the little shells like will clatter against the door. And inside is a very wide-shouldered man, very thin waist, as they are rubbing the table down, looking up. Hello, good sir. How may be of assistance today?
Yes. Good evening, good sir.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if I could perform here.
I mean, I don't see why not. You're bringing in music. We could use a good tune or two every now and then. I'm guessing you're looking for a fee or something. You're looking for a room.
Well, maybe. You don't even have to pay me, but maybe for a room, I can perform for you.
For a room, I can make that happen. We got a few rooms that are currently available. Looking around the room, you would also be able to see that there are a variety of different people. All of them look like they're wearing not silken clothes, but they're definitely finer made clothes with various textures and weaves to them. Obviously meant to show off that, they have the ability to have the time to have these made. There are a few humans, a few tritons. There's actually a lizard folk in one of the corners, and there's a woman with a black cloak playing solitaire in the corner.
Alright.
And you can, he kind of motions. There's not like a stage area, but there's an open area which looks like it's risen up slightly to perform in.
Alright.
If you need to, that area right there is perfect for you to have the whole place hear you.
Alright. What time would be a good time to perform?
Fuck if I know. I mean, you're just going to get patrons coming in and out. If you're looking for the best time, play music. People will talk about you eventually, and they'll come back around. I mean, if you don't want to play music, people won't know about you, and then even if it's really full.
Alright, Alright, I will go to the corner.
Mm-hmm. It's more the middle section of one of the walls.
Well, I'll go there. Before I start performing, I'll do a little thaumaturgy. Need to kind of dim the lights.
One person's like, "Hey, who turned out the lights?"
And then I'll do a little dancing lights.
That ain't any better. These things are dim as fuck.
Do you mind? I'm trying to do a little...
You gotta get used to hecklers, man.
Fuck, I'm trying to read a book here.
When you turn off people's lights at a bar, they're never gonna be happy.
No, they're not. Not always.
I'm trying to do a little disco thing.
Well, unfortunately, I can't read my book while you're doing this.
I'm speaking out of character. No, never mind. Well, I'll dim some of the lights, not all of them, then.
Okay. When you turn back on the lights around that guy, he's like, "Thank you!" He goes back to reading his book.
Then I'll do a little dancing lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bright now.
And a little prestidigitation. Should you create
going at once?
Huh?
Like 3.
No, I know for prestidigitation you can. I'm just like, how many? Are any of these like concentration or anything? Because I know that.
No,
except for dancing.
Yeah, dancing lights is dancing lights is a concentration, and that's only for up to a minute.
But I can still cast a little prestidigitation.
Mm-hmm. Which I think dancing lights has a verbal component to it. So unless you're wanting to use that verbal component in the middle of a song to put those back up.
Yeah. Then,
Is that what the V stands for?
V stands for verbal, yes.
Then I'll play this song. Then I'll start singing this song. Am I doing a little?
That doesn't tell the audience what you're singing.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
No, that doesn't tell the audience what you're singing. Go ahead and say it.
All right, I'm singing "Get Up Off of That Thing" by James Brown.
Why?
All right, and with a little dramatic effects, I'm adding. Can I roll with advantage? That's okay.
Roll straight roll.
All right.
It's good. You're definitely getting a few people just kind of tapping their foots and nodding their heads. General consensus of this area. I mean, they're enjoying it. It's not something that's like, yes, this is our groove. It's essentially like it's like going to a disco and playing rock and roll. They're nodding along and they're having a good time. They're like, yeah, it's got a good beat to it. They're not upset by it, but it's just you're not quite hitting their ditties.
If you go into a disco and switch the music to rock and roll, someone's liable to take you with a bat.
I mean, well, hopefully they don't do that, but at the same time, there was no music playing before, so they have no reason to complain. But yeah, they're enjoying themselves.
Going into a gay bar and playing DMX, it just doesn't work out that way.
No, don't do that to yourself.
That's called assisted suicide.
After I'm done performing, do they want an encore?
And they kind of they get a little, not really asking for anything else, but they're respectful.
Alright, I'll do a little bow. I'll do another song. That's okay.
They're not booing you off the stage.
Alright, I'm going to sing "This Is a Man's World."
Wow, now you might get hurt.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
You don't like James? You don't like James?
That's out of character. If you want to sing that, you can sing it. But so you're singing "This Is a Man's World," okay? 23. It's like there's a couple guys who are just kind of chuckling in the corner, like yeah. The woman playing solitaire in this corner just kind of stops, sets down her cards, folds her arms, leans back, and stares at you. She does not look like she has a pleased expression.
What?
And two of the other women, they just kind of look at you, just like with the, what the fuck is this? What? They have no idea what to even make of the song. They're like, well, triggered, angrily vibrating on the couches and such. No, they're just confused. This is nothing like anything they've ever heard before. And the men are just like, they're enjoying themselves, but the women are just, what the fuck? And it's obviously under their breaths talking to each other.
I don't know why they'd be mad, since one of the lyrics is literally like, it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or girl, and it actively elevates women above men. So I'm not sure what's their issue.
I'm aware, but this is the first time they've ever heard it. So they're just hearing the whole yell, "This is a man's world," and it's just like, what? So they're more focused on the bombastic parts of it, where it's like, okay, this is the first time you're hearing it. You don't have the time to hear all the lyrics, essentially. And one of the women, they kind of calm down towards the end. They're like, it's decent, but the other women are just like, what was that? I have no idea.
Alright, I'll take a bow and exit the stage and go to the bartender. What did you think of the show tonight?
Cash shrugs. Not really my taste, but I'm not really one to really complain. Music's good this time of year. Well, music dries up this time of year, especially with all the bars that's going on, kind of just out the door.
Well, just out of curiosity, what is your taste here?
Sea shanties aren't, well, they're more the underside, but you'll get more traction with it. A few of the mountain songs ain't too bad, especially with the mountains on the other side. Just don't go singing any mining songs. Everyone is really, really not wanting to be remembering about them mines.
Well, I appreciate it. But I was trying something new. Something I wrote.
Yeah, well, going with new things isn't exactly always going to be the best, because it's new, they're still not going to really understand it. Kind of shrugs.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. He keeps cleaning the tabletop. They pulls out a key, hands it to you. I should be able to pay for your assistance with the songs.
Thank you. Is the girl with the card still looking at me?
Still glaring at you. So it's not glaring. It's more that she's just staring at you with a very passive, flat stare.
I'll look at her and say,
She's on the other side of the room right now.
Oh, I'll go to her.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Enjoyed the music tonight?
It's been some time since I've heard someone being so bold as to play something so different.
Well, it's new music I'm writing.
Doesn't mean that it's good music or that it's bad. Just different. But new things are always intriguing. She takes her cards, starts shuffling her deck. Very
You play
slowly.
cards?
I play solitaire. Prefer to do things by myself when I need to. She starts dealing out the solitaire special, as it were. Flips them over, sets them down, leans forward and stares at you. I prefer to think of it like this. When I gamble against myself, I know I'll win. If I gamble against someone else, I prefer not to. I prefer to make sure that things end up with all the cards in my hands, if you catch my drift. I'm a businesswoman. What can I say?
Well, she still have her hood on?
Yep. You can see under it, like, she's not like hood to the point that, like, it's not like an Aragon, you can't see up his hood. You can see her face.
Alright, so why do you have that on? If that's okay to ask.
Because people are nosy. I don't need people poking their nose where I don't want it. She flips over a card. Starts moving cards around for the solitaire. Any more reason than to say, why are you walking around with the lute? It's what you do. For you, it's part of your profession.
Of course. Oh, I am a bard. I always have to keep my instrument in handy. Not to mention, I'm trying to rebuild a reputation by the past bards.
Good luck. Other bards are going to be doing that too, but if you're not worried too much about it, you'll eventually find that you're going to be joining them. At least that's what I'm hearing.
Where at?
Some place to the east. Or is it the west? No, it's the west. Last I heard, she flips another card and she kind of smirks as she... that this is a card that is not meant for solitaire, as she flips over the Joker card and kind of just tosses it across the table at you.
I'll pick up the card.
It's a fairly simple card. It's just the Joker. Last I heard, they'd been in a place called God's Finger. They were making their way up towards the capital. At least that's what I heard.
Oh, I'm from there. I'll set the card down.
God's Finger?
Yeah.
Lucky you. Must be rubbing elbows with all the folk up there. I mean, unless, they've driven you out and not drawn quarters you, because you're clearly standing one piece before me.
If you want, maybe you could take your break. I could buy you a drink, and I'll tell you my tale.
Prefer not to. Bards always try and rub me the wrong way. Like I said, I'm a businesswoman.
Hey.
Sets down another card.
Hey, I'm a truth teller. I'm not like a
Other guy.
dandelion.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking.
I'm not like other guys. I have snake arms.
Reddit, nice guys, no?
I'm not like other bards.
I'm not like other bards. I'm a truth teller.
You're telling me that other bards don't tell the truth and still aren't trying to get in my pants? Please, you're not pretty enough.
Hey, I'm handsome.
Got him.
Hey, I'm very devilish handsome despite my beard.
And as I said, you're not my type. You're not pretty enough.
Oh,
Wait.
Feathers.
Is she just a...
Yet you're not there.
Alright. Well, enjoy your evening.
You as well. And sleep tight.
So I'll head to my room.
I was low-key waiting for the time that Varric would meet a lesbian.
I'll head to my room, lock the door, and
So you're
window.
taking your normal evening ritual?
Yep.
Okay. So you lock the door, make yourself comfy, prestidigitate yourself and lay on down, get some rest. Knife under the pillow.
Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah, I'll do that.
Don, just check general for me real fast. You will not regret it.
Checking back in on you. What's going on?
Check the general chat.
I'm
Is it-
confused and concerned.
Does
That's
Nostra
okay.
get to play?
We're going to you. I'm just looking at this general chat thing.
Also, by the way, Oz,
Yes.
check it as well. You'll enjoy this.
I saw.
Yes.
It's perfect.
All right. So you were wanting to get that done?
I was.
No worries. So while this is going down, after making sure everyone is having a good time, getting drunk, Nostra just kind of slowly just kind of lets people get riled up and then slides off. I'm guessing you start looking for the signs.
I do.
There
Can I ask if I notice her leave?
with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because you're currently looking at a group full of people making a lot of noise, singing songs, and making a general ruckus. She essentially has full cover. Roll a stealth check, Nostra.
Hang on, me.
What about
Oh.
Shuffle's paying attention to like nothing? Is he paying
You're up
attention?
in the crow's nest still. This is before you came
Oh,
down.
Before, okay, cool.
So yeah, you're not being super covert. You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm going upstairs for a breath of air.
La 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 la. Just walking. That's the stealth.
Yeah. And yet you see her walk off, but she doesn't look like she's like in any hurry. She's just she's looking like she's like, heh, I don't want to be here anymore. Which from what you've seen of her, that looks standard.
Fucked.
Yep. So yeah, you definitely see her leave, but she left.
She won't follow her immediately.
Okay. So you jump off the boat and start looking for the signs.
Do I see her jump off the boat?
You're looking at the clouds.
Alex
Doesn't mean I
tailing
don't
me?
hear her.
No. If you're gone for an hour, she'll go out to look for you, essentially.
That doesn't mean I don't hear a man overboard sound, dude.
I didn't say that she jumped into the water. She jumped off the boat onto the docks.
Into the water she goes.
She's kind of small, so
Yeah.
it's-
And she
it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Yeah, and she's not trying to jump into the water. She's just going down the dock.
Okay.
So you head into the city, start just covertly looking around, and eventually you start noticing they don't look out of place unless you know what to look for. And the time you've spent, you know what you're seeing, and eventually you kind of just go from 1, 2, 3, 4, until you basically have walked in a collapsing spiral until you get to a place where you see the mark on the ground next to a manhole cover. Lifting it up,
Yeah.
sliding it over, you just jump straight down, pull it back over, and start making your way down real quick. And as soon as you get to the bottom of the ladder, it's fairly dark. You turn around, but you've got dark vision, so you're able to see a little bit. And you see two shapes leaning against a wall. One of them has what appears to be a heavy crossbow lifting up slowly as they're like looking at you. From the outlines, one of them looks to be a very bedraggled, wet-looking tabaxi. Looks like they've been swimming around or something, and they just got put on shift. The other one is a very rigidly hard-scaled lizard folk. He is the one holding the heavy crossbow.
I dropped disguise self right after I jumped down, so I'm like in my actual recognizable form now.
He still squints at you. I don't think lizard folk have dark vision.
Might. I gotta check.
I will check.
Maybe check.
I am checking.
Cool.
Come here, Volo. Volo, you're a great guy. I was able to meet you in a different campaign, but that's not here. Hold your horses. Where are you at? There you are. Nope. No dark vision. So you hear him just kind of mutter to the tabaxi, "Give me some light." And
wait. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. That's not gonna do. I'm sorry. I'll leave you all in suspense. It'll be like 2 minutes.
Okay. We'll take a quick 2-minute break if you need to grab some water or use the restroom. Just quickly take care of what you need to do.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. I need to just grab something.
I'll be back.
Wow.
Need to make sure I had something to drink. Everyone's waiting in suspenseful anticipation as I'm just like, come on, friends. We love you too, Em. We miss you.
I'm waiting in anticipation because I want to use this gun. Shuffle is so excited, wanting to take this out.
Welcome back.
Cool.
Yes, I know you want to, but don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Imnastra walks up and is like, "Look alive, boys. I'm here to give my report."
The tabaxi, like the tabaxi is definitely like looking at you with like his slow eyes, but he slowly like holds up a hand and grips one of the stones, which you actually see his claws move over to a pipe as he casts light, and it illuminates the tunnel, gives a little backlighting for the lizard folk, blinds you for a half a second. The lizard folk kind of like shifts uncomfortably for a moment before eyes widen slightly, mouth slightly agape before he kind of turns it slightly. We didn't think you were actually going to come.
Is something wrong? You look a little scared.
I mean,
person in charge.
Down the hall. Just
fantastic.
Ask for Zenny.
I will. Thank you. And she like goes down does a little happy jog down the hall.
Yep, you're doing like a half jog, and you as you go by, you see the tabaxi just kind of slide away from you, just kind of like look, and as you're here, running down the hall, you hear, "She actually came. I actually believe she existed." I know, right? So it's like meeting the myth in the flesh. I think I'm having heart palpitations.
Where she like okay, she doesn't bother with that. She's like, "Where's Zenny?"
So you walk into the main room. A few people, they kind of reach for various weapons, and as they see you, pause for a moment.
It's me. Didn't you all miss me? Oh, I mean, I've never been here before, but I'm sure you're delighted to have me.
One of the people looks you over kind of very quickly, shift and move over to you. They are a minotaur, but they're right horn has been cracked off, and so it gives him kind of a worn, bedraggled look. But he walks just as strong as any Minotaur ever did.
What I miss?
She's power walking into a place, and the Minotaur steps up. He's good 7'6".
Oh God, no! She's so tiny.
Yeah.
She's in his shadow.
Yeah, you are in his shadow, and he slowly gives a very deep bow of respect as he's like, "Welcome to our little part of Beast Brindle. Please follow me."
Thank you. She follows. We're just.
As he turns around, you see that he's actually part of his clothing is actually a bandolier of various implements, darts, hand axes, daggers, and on his belt he has a war pick.
Ooh, cool.
And he moves in, he opens the door, and rather than entering first, he motions for you to lead on in.
I do.
Yep, you enter. He has to kind of crouch to get inside, but he quickly does it. Closes the door behind him. I did not realize we'd be having visitors from the mainland so soon. Please have a seat. There's no actual chair. There are floor mats though, and he moves over towards the. It's definitely a thicker one. There's cushions for you to lean your back against, but otherwise no actual seat. Probably because if he had a chair, he'd bump his head against the ceiling trying to move around because he's kind of crouched over right now. But he moves over. He kind of awkwardly. He's got the cloven hoofed feet of his species. Not all of them do have it, but he seems to be one who does. But he shifts down and kind of has his legs kind of off to the side as he leans against one of the pillows and pulls out a pipe, and he kind of motions towards the second one. Do you smoke?
Oh, thank you. I don't mind if you do, though. Go ahead.
Forgive me. It's been a long day, and I need something to clear my mind for just a moment. And he holds it out, and he actually pauses for a second. And he offers the pipe to you. If it's all right for me to ask, it'd be an honor. He's asking you to light it.
Oh, okay. Imnastra leans forward, and with her kind of like paw hands, she snaps, and there's like a little ball of blue flame that she lights the pipe with.
He kind of stares at the blue flame for a moment, lets it kind of simmer for a moment before he pulls it forward. Sorry. Like I said, it's been a long day.
It's no problem. Now, I'm here to tell you so you can relay it to the people in the next city over.
Go on.
And Ivan Artemis are both dead. Their boats... were giving us quite a bit of trouble, you know?
So I heard. I thought they were about to stop in at our port. And I expect to hear that they'd already... Well, to be fair, with your reputation preceding you, perhaps I shouldn't have doubted so much.
It's fine. If I didn't know me, I'd doubt me too. You never know who you can trust. Oh, yeah. That's all I'm really here for.
Of course. The Beast Brindle always appreciates your assistance and the assistance of others. If you found anything upon the ship that you wish to have taken, by all means, it is yours. The Brindle does not require such things. We've got plenty of other things to worry about.
I imagine.
We've lost a few of our own to the waters. Something's in him. Something's stirring up blood.
The ocean. The ocean's always such a hassle. We should move our forces away from here, but they never listen. It's not like it's realistic, but I get frustrated.
I'm aware and I understand your position as well, but we seek representation everywhere. This is not something that just being on the waters or being off the waters, we everywhere. Which, forgive me, I don't mean to speak. Continue. I apologize. Forgive me, please.
It's fine. There's human scum to be killed everywhere in this world. But with my constitution and abilities, they're not suited for places that are near water. I'll do whatever I can to make sure the lives of our people here are better than they were or are right now.
I appreciate that as well. My issue is that it's not actually humans that are causing the issue, so far as I'm aware. It's these... You have insight?
Yeah, I've seen them. I'm not sure what they are.
So you've seen the marrow, then?
Out of character, Guru, can you repeat that? You got cut off for me.
So you've seen the marrow, then?
Marrow?
Fish folk. Merfolk that have been tainted by evil magics. Though these ones, even for what we know of such creatures, they're different.
I believe I might know what you're talking about. Do you have any idea of what is causing the evil magic to taint them?
Not specifically, at least, although I have seen sightings of warpings, changes, danger.
It never ends. Regardless, I have a few magic people who are well versed in the arcane arts who I might be able to ask.
If they have insight.
I'll bring it up to them. And anything useful out, then I'll bring it back to you.
That'd be
and
appreciated.
If you need any further assistance, jobs, just let me know.
In terms of more your speciality, not currently. If you have the ability to look into a more reconnaissance and information gathering, I do have one mission that might be more suited to that particular requirement. One of the issues we've been having with the waters, I'm sure you've heard of, or at the very least seen, some of the storm clashes that have been going on. Two entities banging against each other, throwing up wind and wave. One of them, not exactly an ally to us, but at the very least he wasn't a pain in the ass as he is now. It was an entity called Taurid. Used to...
Out of character, can you tell me how to spell that?
Yes. I will type that down for you real quick.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Taurid.
Thank you.
Yep. So Taurid, he's one who's given us a great deal of assistance, at the very least in keeping some manner of order down in the caverns. You have to actually go over this place in order to actually get to him. There's no there's probably some underwater ways, but there's no a way to get to it except by going over top first to get into the caverns. But since the collapsing of several mines, most people tend to avoid those places. So it's become something of a lair to this entity. But recently, I'm starting to think he's getting as bad as the Merrill.
This has been a very enlightening conversation. I'll take... You've told me, and I'll investigate thoroughly. And with that, Imnastra starts to get up. She's like getting ready to leave.
Mm-hmm. I'll make sure that once it's been completed, that as per our contracts with you, that you'll be compensated appropriately. This is not necessarily the Brindle's interest, but at the same time, it is within our scope to ensure our own safety, even if it does include the safety of others as well.
Of course. We can't help the collateral damage. Collateral damage being the health of the scum who keep us down, right?
We will see. We'll see if any of them manage to pull themselves out of being in such a mindset or such a place.
All right.
Gets a little nod.
I've had my fill of here, no offense. So, I'll see you some other time. And with that, she's like, out. She's out.
Just gone.
She like waves over her shoulder and is like, yeet.
Yep. So you're out. You just like, I've done what I need to do. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of salmon in her. There's a lot of anchovies in her pockets now.
Of course. You leave. I presume you're putting on disguise stuff before you leave in the manhole.
Absolutely.
Just up you go. And you heading back to the ship, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're heading back to the ship. Shuffle peeks in on Vax with Queen's eyes. He's buying supplies. No issues with him so far.
Making sure he's okay.
Of course. Yep.
The shuffle angel checks every now and again.
Making sure he's not getting varicked.
No worries. But he's you see him every now and then like reach into his pocket thoughtfully. Queen kind of peeks down at one point and sees the edge of a hilt. Looks like he's more than capable of defending himself, but at the same time,
Rogues 1v1 aren't in the best scenario.
Not usually, no. Out of character, we've seen Vax try and do just that and seen how well that's gotten him.
Yeah.
Literally one of the first things that he did in the Briarwood arc was got himself.
Oh
yeah,
that one.
But yeah, that's out of character. But yeah, he seems fine. He purchases extra, which clearly he's getting for his own means and methods and such. But he seems to be heading on back without any issue. In fact, unless you guys have something you want to do throughout the night, we can move it on into the next morning.
Axe is sitting waiting for Ford to come down.
Does Vax show up with my stuff?
Ford. Vax brings you back your stuff, yes.
How much I got? How much can I make in the night?
In the night, unless you're planning to stay up all night to make it, you can make 10. If you wanted to stay up all night, you could make the full 35, but you'd have a point of exhaustion.
Sorry, say that again?
You can make the full 35 in a night, but you have a point of exhaustion. If you wanted to just do a healthy amount before getting some sleep, you can make about
sure.
10.
Let's exhaust.
Okay. So you stay up the whole night to do that.
Is it morning?
No, we're doing one other thing real quick.
Can I come in? Can I get back to the boat?
Yep. As you're coming onto the boat, you actually see Ford coming out of his door.
Actually, I'm gonna sleep, Guru, because Shuffle has something to do today.
I know what I'm gonna do today.
He actually would know he has to do something today. So he has 25 more he needs to be able to make.
Yep. Which we're not at the next day yet. Imnastra and Ford sees Ford coming out of his room, and he closes the door, kind of glances at her, just gives a little nod, and starts heading down.
Is Mollymock anywhere?
He's drunk.
All right. Is he in the kitchen?
Yes.
All right. She'll head down there and just have a chat. I guess I don't fucking know.
Let's see
out.
how wasted Molly works at.
She'll assimilate with the rest of them.
Just kind of like I am now one of you again.
Yes, it is me.
Ignore me.
It is I, your good friend, regular person.
Hello, fellow humans.
Essentially. Hello, fellow party members. It is me. I am back.
Oh, it is me. Yes, Yes. Do not worry. I am lawful good paladin. You can trust. But yeah, you start mingling. Ford does eventually come down. He doesn't get inebriated. He gets just a little bit buzzed as he drinks with you guys.
Oh, she's dragging him out. She just wanted him to meet.
Okay.
She's gonna drag him.
You grab him and drag him out. He's just kind of as you get to a place kind of by yourself. You're like, seems I'm popular today.
Did you just say seems unpopular?
Seems I'm popular today.
Why? You have more visitors?
I had Imnastra talking to me before, and then I had Shuffle come in right after, and now you're dragging me off, so...
Why? No,
personal discussion.
Even if you would tell me with Shuffle, I'm not sure I want to know, because he came down and hugged me. So already I'm on edge.
He's a good guy. He's a little finicky at times, but...
He's very good. It's just, I watched him electrocute his sword.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little eccentric, as I was saying, but he's crazy. But he's my kind of crazy. I've done some stupid shit myself, and nearly frying yourself before is not nearly as crazy as some of the stuff I've done or seen done.
Oh, you mean the level of crazy, like going up a mast with a metal shield on your back?
I mean, to be fair, that was not necessarily my fault.
You're real lucky I managed to pull that off you.
I appreciate that.
I know you do. Because otherwise you'd be dead. But off that talk...
Lived, but...
let's not test
I had
it.
some stupid luck, but what were you wanting to talk about?
I just figured a walk on the beach while getting drunk would work.
Work for what? Trust in me?
No, for fun. I trust you. That's what bothers me the most, I think.
He stops walking for a moment and just stares down at you.
Blind trust has gotten me in trouble.
You mentioned, and I respect that, and I'm not going to pry. It's just I'm doing everything I can on my part to be helpful and forthright with things that you need to know. There are certain things that are a bit of a rough spot for me to discuss, and I'd appreciate the same respect.
That's why I haven't pried too much.
Again, and I appreciate that.
Alright, come on, enough summer talk. She's going to pull out 2 cups. Don't ask where she got them.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask for a drink.
She fills his up more than hers. You really need it more than I do.
But you have a higher constitution than I do. He downs it.
That's exactly why you need it more than I do, though.
Not bad. Where'd you get this from? I didn't think this place had good alcohol.
I made it. What do you think I was doing in the kitchen all day?
Making food? I don't know. People do things in the kitchen like make food. I didn't think you made alcohol in the kitchen.
would Molly really be that excited if I was down in the kitchen just making normal food?
Are you saying Molly wouldn't be excited if you were in the kitchen making normal food?
I'm saying he would be less excited than the bounding,
Are you sure?
most happiest taste tester in an apron person that I saw.
Oh, he got an apron?
Yes. In fact, I figured you'd see it. He didn't take it off. He started dancing around in it when he got wasted.
I clearly wasn't looking for Molly when I came down, so clearly I missed it. I'm going to have to go back to the ship at some point and see that. That
This
sounds like
is
some
why
shit.
you come down when the party starts.
I had to take care of some stuff. Books and making sure that we get that crow's nest fixed up so when we go back out we actually have a crow's nest.
Okay, here, how about this? We will make a deal so that you can just sit back and enjoy the insanity. The next time that I decide to make alcohol, I will warn you. So you can watch Molly just lose his absolute shit, because that was probably the funniest laugh that I've had in about 2 months.
Fair enough. I'll see about trying to get things situated before that so I can actually come see that, because that does sound pretty funny.
Oh, I wish I could take video. Would I know the term video,
You
actually?
would not know the term video. You wish you
Only
could
some
capture
way
the
to record.
moment.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
No worries. I know how to phrase certain things. He's like, that'd be certainly something. Probably some wizard.
I hear the
or-
inventor snickering in the background.
Probably some wizard or some other person out there with some inkling on how to do that, but sadly, that ain't me.
More charismatic than wise, I've noticed.
Hey now, I'll have you know I'm plenty perceptive.
Like, before he even finishes that sentence, you know that unimpressed, really look. Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, I am, but hush.
Mm-hmm. Don't make me call you out on your bullshit that easy.
I mean, you can call me out all you want. I'm still gonna say that I am perceptive enough.
Again, unimpressed look like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after this, you won't be too perceptive.
Hopefully, I'm not planning on getting drunk. I'm just make a perception check. By the way, you are dead set focused on him, and unfortunately, he actually rolled lower than you with his -2 to his. He rolled a 7 on the die, but you roll a natural 1. You're just like, yes, alcohol. So you both miss it, so that's fine. But he's Dan. Don't ask about anything else. You're talking right now. That's why I said it would have to be an active perception check.
I wish you'd let me use my passive, hell.
No worries. I'm taking that into account. As you guys continue to walk down the beach, just kind of, it's not a beach. You're walking down the docks. You're right next to a cliffside. There's not actual beach area for you to walk on. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay. As you're walking, kind of pull up your shirt around you a little tighter. Wind blowing at your back. Kind of shift, and as you feel it kind of blow against you again, you kind of look around, and the wind just kind of started coming out of nowhere. Then you see off in the distance, you see a twisting of the sky that looks like it's coming downwards.
What the hell is that?
You can roll a nature check if you'd like to know what that is.
What is that noise?
It sounds like Varric is having some allergies.
Sorry,
You okay?
I'm fine. Continue.
No worries. I was just worried about you. Let's see here real quick. Here we go. All right. You look out, and you see it's a twisting of the clouds. It's beginning to it's like corkscrewing downwards. and you actually see that part of the water seems like it's being pulled upwards towards it. You've heard of these before. In mountainous areas, they're not nearly as common, but on more flat plains and areas such as the ocean, they do exist. When they're on the ocean, I believe they're referred to as a water spout.
We need to leave.
Wow, what's going on?
Nothing good. She's gonna start dragging him.
He doesn't even need to be dragged. As soon as he's like, I don't know what's going on, but he's coming with you.
She's kind of keeping an eye on it, just to see which direction it looks like it's gonna go.
Right now, it is forming. It's forming rapidly, unnaturally fast.
Would I know that that's unnatural? How fast it's doing it?
Based off of what you've been told, probably not. They have been told to act erratically, but at the same time, the fact that it just kind of suddenly started coming out of a area where there was no wind to cause this before.
Okay, so it looks like it should not be fucking happening.
Yes, it's looking like it is forming. It's looking like it's moving very quickly, and the wind is picking up faster than you would have expected.
For curio, I'm gonna do this and see which she picks to do.
Okay.
Yeah, her curiosity is making her kind of slow down.
Ford is just kind of right
This
next
does
to her.
not look normal.
Are we taking shelter, or?
That doesn't look like that should be happening.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on that, but at the same time, if it's something, he looks at it, looks at you.
She pretty much.
Hold on, he's going.
It's a water spout, but there's no wind.
No, there's wind. It's
there
pulling
is
at
now.
you. Yeah, there is now. Yes, it's knocking at you at the moment.
Knocking? Oh, you mean
Yes.
like I'm...
You're being a little bit battered by the wind at the moment.
By the way, my bird is with him.
It's
Sure,
with
the bird
Vax.
just had. Vax isn't back yet. I thought it was like later at night.
Oh no, you're right. So he would have
Yeah.
come back on before.
The bird,
that, yes.
Yeah, the Shuffle probably. He's still awake probably, but he's working, so he wouldn't be looking. But the bird is with them because he has orders. If someone from the main party leaves, have on their shoulder.
Yep, and you're also feeling the wind, by the way, especially with your work. The ship itself is beginning to rock, like more so in what it was before.
She's pretty much trying to explain that this is not normal behavior for this.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you're looking through Queen's senses, you'd hear that.
You guys will get a note saying, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Magic note that says, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Tilted like bird head.
I'm so glad that I said yes to this cantrip.
It is a touch cantrip, so I can totally do all
I
this.
feel like Alex is now looking at the note and going, "Oh right, there was a spy."
Yeah.
Can she send your bird back to you? Because she would definitely be worried about it getting hurt.
You can say "shoo," but it just kind of stands there.
It's literally a case of like trying to shoot a seagull. It'll move back about 6 inches.
That and the fact that right now where you're at, you've been walking down the length of the docks. If you've been continually doing so while you've been talking, you're probably a good 200 feet away from the boat, so he can't actually put it back into its portal or command it. It's outside
No,
the
I can
range of
put
that.
it back into my portal. You can do
that,
that.
Commander? Oh, yeah.
no matter
So
the-
yeah, so you can do that. You can still do that. It's just that he can't command it to come back.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. What the hell is this
Well,
thing?
you would
Because
know
now
that, though.
she's legit watching it.
But Shuffle's heading to the. Can we say this is like around the time he gets that 10th bullet done by nature?
I'll say
Just for expediency?
For expediency, I'll allow it.
Thank you. He is gonna wrist pocket the.
Mm-hmm.
And he is gonna quickly make his way towards those.
Okay. While this is going on, you're looking at it, and by now the water has begun looking like it's both being sucked up into the sky, and like the clouds are being dragged down at the same time. Some of the clouds within the water spout are crackling every now and then, with lightning that's going up into the sky and down into the water.
Let me roll some. Everybody's getting woken up. Just the annoying sound. Everyone's getting woken up.
Suddenly,
Shuffle coming to protect.
Shuffle siren.
He's throwing on his jacket, and and everybody just starts hearing that noise.
Yeah, party downstairs. Like you just see Molly just coming up the stairs, like, hold on, and like he's got like half his shirt off, and like his jacket's half over his head. He's just like, what's going on?
He slaps him across the face lightly with his bird hand, grabs him by the coat, and starts dragging him upstairs.
Everyone follow me. We're going this way now. What are we looking at? Hey,
You might want to head back to the ship.
Nostra follows.
You're not on the ship yet.
No, she's talking to Ford.
He just points to the thing and starts rushing towards Ford and Alex.
As you're running off, he moves his jacket down slightly, like,
all hands on deck.
Well, that's not good. What he said.
In Ford's voice, all hands on deck. Men, get the ropes ready. Get ready to get out of the port if we need to. And Shuffle is.
You've not heard him say that part in Ford's voice, but you're doing your best, of course. You're
Nostra,
using Yep.
And Nostra's standing next to Molly Mock. She just kind of like straightens out his coat. She's like not too concerned about what's happening. She like straightens out his coat and is like, "All right, there we go."
Oh, thank you.
Sweetie.
Pushes down his shirt.
Sweetie. The way that was said.
Sorry about that. I'm more collected than this usually. That looks unnatural. I like it.
I suppose it is. Those things just might be fighting again. It doesn't bother me.
Does it look like there's?
Nope.
Does it look like there's something in there?
No. Not from looking at the spout. Right now you're looking at cloud and water. And there's a moment that passes as you're watching the crackling of energy, and then you see underneath the point of the water spout there's a white glowing form that swoops underneath it and slowly begins diving back down.
That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
As it goes down, you see it seem to break into multiple little tendrils. And as it gets to the point where the tendrils are like towards the top of the water, you see them flick. And the water spout begins moving towards the port.
This is an aboleth, right?
Okay.
From what you can tell and what you've heard.
Can I roll Arcana, Guru?
You may roll Arcana. You've been told about this before, but you've never heard of an aboleth yourself. You don't know too much about this. I mean, so far as you're aware, this doesn't sound normal. And with an 11, not normal.
Can Ford rush up to Ford?
Paris.
Ford is rushing up to himself. He has no idea why he's confronting himself. Is Shuffle running up to Ford? He's trying to grab Alex to drag her with him. And
he runs up to confront Ford, and Shuffle just holds out.
I know Alex is trying to say something.
Everyone's trying to say something.
Paris got a 19 on the nature check, so she's.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm going to get to that.
Yeah, she only weighs she weighs 150. Damn, she's heavy.
Hang on, I gotta check this.
Go ahead.
Shuffle's around that weight. Shuffle's like 155.
She's at this point. It might have to be a contested strength because she's staring at this.
Roll a. If you're proficient in athletics, roll an athletics check. He's going to try and pick you up.
I'm not. I rolled a 10.
Yeah, the only reason why he beats you is he is proficient in athletics. So you got a 12.
Shuffle's rushing towards Ford.
And you see him kind of dragging Alex away. She's like, "No, I want to watch this. This is not natural at all. Like, it is being directed in some way. This is just."
It's not even a case of like her complaining or fighting. It is literally she is just rooted to the ground.
Mm-hmm. And he's moving.
She looks terrified.
Slowly. Yeah.
Shuffle in like a panic pulls out the shell and he's like looking down it, looking back at Ford. He's like, do it.
He like shakes his head. Shuffle, get back to the ship. Come on, we're going to go.
Wait.
Go, move.
You said it looks like it's heading toward the port?
Yes, it looks like when the tendrils got to the surface, it made like a flicking of its like a normal swimming motion, but it made it so that it looks like it made the water spout come towards the port.
So it's moving towards the boat.
It's moving towards the boats, the port. It doesn't look like it's like uh, strong enough to like destroy anything outright, but at the same time, it's a giant water spout coming towards the port.
What is-
Can
Oh, go
Shuffle
ahead.
look to Ford and
Mhm.
say, like in very like different voices, each
Yeah.
word, "Do I bust it?"
He thinks he's just like, no, just this is fucking shit.
How loud is a person able to shout? Would you think?
At least
In
enough to
terms
be
of-
heard within 50 to 100 feet, depending on how loud everything is. Thunder is generally within 300 feet.
I wanted to shout to Minnie, and I don't know if she would hear me.
With where you are currently, I'd say you've been moved. I'd say about a good. You're about 120 feet away from the boat, because you're rooted to the spot and you're, not moving towards the boat.
Oh, once she's
Loudest
being moved, she'll start moving again.
Okay.
Was 129 deep.
It's like a
dec-
case
Yeah.
129 a decimal. A decibel.
Listen,
What?
Is it an aboleth? Like,
You don't. I mean, right now it's a water spout.
does Alex know? Because she got the 19.
It's a water spout that is moving towards this shore.
Really? She didn't get
No,
anything from that?
The
I'm basing it off
creature.
the tentacle. Yeah, I'm basing it off the like. I was asking since I'd seen the skin with that nature check. Would I know what if it is?
You would presume that it is. You're able to presume that it is. Nature-wise, you've seen nothing like this in nature.
Lovely.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
probably an aboleth then. Okay.
So if I-
Out of
Out of character.
So if I shout,
Good to know,
no one
though.
here. All right. Is the spout like right beside as we head back to the boat, or is it lagging slightly behind?
It is outside of the central, like I'm not sure if it's called an eddy, a gully. It's like there's
So
a lake.
it's like it's
around
like
the
out
port.
further in the water,
And it's
moving
coming
forward while we go
towards-
sideways.
Yeah, right now you're going
Anyway,
sideways
okay.
towards the docks to get everyone off the boat.
and
Uh,
Nostra can probably see that it's coming, so that she
yeah.
like grabs Molly's arm and is like, "All right, we got to get off this fucking boat. Let's go."
How-
Jester,
I'm asking.
get
I'm
people off the
asking because
boat.
Alex wants Minnie.
Queen's on my shoulder.
I'm asking because Alex wants Minnie off as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's shouting for people and minis on the boat. So
See, everybody's getting off the boat, right? Because
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
everyone.
this boat's about to be sunken.
Sunk
yeah,
it.
hopefully not. We'll see.
My
I'm actually-
keg. Shuffle's going on the boat
All right, you're on the boat.
and grabbing the biggest dude he sees and telling him, getting him to. He's getting this keg off this boat.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
Shuffle will die before this.
As you're going to do it, Vex grabs your arm and gives you a look. Actually, hold on. Let me roll something real quick.
Shuffle has
Yes.
a way of getting out of this scenario no matter what. I'm
Well,
fine.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't know that. He grabs your shoulder. He's like, "Hey, come on, we're getting off the boat."
Shuffle does not pay any attention to his arm.
Hey!
to manhandle him.
Hmm?
To manhandle Shuffle to get him off.
He kind of looks at you. He's just like looks at Shuffle, looks at you. He's just like, guy grabs like if you'll let him, he's gonna grab Shuffle by the beak and turn his to like face to face with him, real quick.
No, Shuffle's booking it. He is in pure panic
Okay,
mode.
He goes.
Stopping the talk.
Acrobatics check.
Okay. 1 second, my sheet's being a little bit slow. Okay, there. Now my sheet's willing to cooperate.
There we go.
Hopefully.
I had to like Google if tornadoes
Hey.
happen in mountains.
It can happen everywhere, I think.
They can. It's just less common in certain areas. But yeah, with that, you're ducking and diving. He's just he turns to Nostra. Just go, get off the ship. He's going on the ship. Maybe he's got something in mind. Just go. Everyone is a little bit drunken because they got intoxicated, thinking
My
that
bad.
it was gonna be calm. But they're now getting off the ship as best they can. Kind of pushing at each other, just like, "Oh, come on, go."
Alex is becoming more and more desperate the less she sees her back.
bat
She's actively trying.
flies over and is like looking around, and then she sees you, flies over. What's going on? What's going on, Mommy?
Nothing good.
Okay.
On my command, I want you to take cover just in case.
Where?
There are barricades, right, for the water?
Yes.
She's gonna gesture over there.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. What's happening?
You're currently
Aboleth
bedded up in the
outcast
top
everything.
area, and a giant water spout is heading towards the
Can I just say-
dockside area.
That when all the really, like, big, dangerous shit happens, Varric is just snoozing somewhere perfectly safe.
That's what bards do. So you know he's a bard.
Yeah. He's perfectly safe. She's like, I'm going to actually go ahead and get a room. I'm going to settle down. Everyone else, we're partying on the ship. What's that in the distance? Oh, it's a water spout. Oh, no. Everyone off
shit.
the ship, off the ship, off the ship.
Save the alcohol!
So you guys
Good
are...
morning, though.
Please tell me there's at least one asshole who has a bottle of the fucking alcohol.
Good morning, though.
2 people. What's your question?
Morning.
No. We're still in the night. I was going to say that you guys are going to be hit by the water spout in the middle of the night if you guys had gone to sleep.
Oh, thank God, I stayed awake.
Yeah, that's the only reason why this was even known about.
Oh,
Then,
'cause
because
I
if
thought
not, it was going to be a D100 to see if you guys were thrown somewhere else.
B was knocked out or sleeping from the alcohol.
Who?
The bat.
No, the bat didn't drink any
Me?
alcohol.
No. Minnie got knocked out like a week into our ship travels. Oh, jeez.
Yep, so you guys are
I'm
heading
just-
off the boat. We're going to expedite this. You guys are getting off the boat. You did not get onto the boat because Minnie jumped off the boat. And Shuffle, what are you doing?
Room. I tried grabbing somebody that I think is strong to come with me. If they didn't, this is a one-man job.
Roll a perception check.
I'm
And with
so
disadvantage for
scared.
panicking. 17.
That's not bad.
You managed to grab a hold of someone that you think is pretty strong. Actually, let me check something real quick. One second, let me just check something real quick.
What's Lemmy's stats? Lemmy's stats.
Let's see, nope. You're looking for someone strong, and with 17, I'll say you find a decent-looking sailor, and you're asking for him. He's just like,
Just
well,
come.
we're supposed to get off the ship, aren't we? We're told to. Well, I just heard Ford saying. What? He's following you, just like he's very confused. He's definitely inebriated in some way.
Okay, I'm bringing them down to me and Vax's room trying to get this keg.
All right, all right. He's lifting it up.
How close is that water spout?
That's approaching rapidly.
If we get
Oh no!
do we get hit by it on the way out?
Quite possibly. Roll me a
I-
D100, Butters.
Can I assist with him getting out quicker than Shuffle? Shuffle is trying to do everything he can to make his way harder for the guy's way to be easy.
Okay, yeah. You're the one taking at the back end where you're going up the stairs. He's got it at the top. You've got it at the bottom. I still need that D100 roll.
23.
23. Low is bad.
Yeah.
As you're getting up, waves are crashing over the side of the boat. The water spout is basically 3/4 of the way through the lake. It is almost on top of you. You can feel the wind almost like it's trying to suck your breath out of you as you're trying to get this barrel with this guy who's looking panicked now. As suddenly, adrenaline is kind of kicking his alcohol out of his system as quickly as he can, because all of a sudden he's realizing danger. Much danger. Very danger. As he looks to you, he's just like, are you sure we should be taking this? Come on.
Shuffle's just not. Okay, you know what? Okay, I gesture for him to drop it and run. Shuffle's trying to carry this thing at this point.
He kind of looks at you just like, did we... hold on.
Go! He's just gesturing to
I know.
go.
Yeah, well, you're gesturing to Joe, and he's a little bit drunk, and I'm going to be rolling him a quick thing with disadvantage for being drunk. Yep, he's staying with you. He rolled a 3. So yeah,
Would I notice Shuffle is missing during all this?
we're in the middle of a
Probably.
panic. I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Oh, I
I
can't
start
even roll.
screaming at him to go basically.
Yep.
I can't even roll a disadvantage to notice.
He's
Let's go.
he's intimidated and he's not willing to approach you, but he rolled a 3 on a wisdom save as being smart to just listen to you and run. He's staying with you.
Shuffle's bullying this
You
poor
need to just
sailor.
move! Just run!
He's
Just
moving.
leave-
He's moving as
leave
quickly as
the
he can.
gunpowder.
Let's see how quick Shuffle's moving, trying to carry this can.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yep. And you see how well this guy's assisting you. Ooh, not
Shuffle-
great. Not great.
He's hindering more than he's helping. Shuffle's just trying to get this guy to go.
Actually, even because of the fact that he is there, he's adding his strength to yours, so that is helping you. It's just the fact that he's a little bit drunk. He's trying not to fall over. And right now
Half
he's
of mine has Shuffle to whip out. Has half of Shuffle's mind is like just whip the gun out on him and see what happens.
Oh no.
Okay, if you drop the keg, then automatically you are just gone. So just book it.
He's trying, dude. You don't understand. I'm pretty sure Shuffle's good. If he gets hit by this, there's a chance it might hurt a good bit.
There's a chance you will get
speaking
flung somewhere over.
Speaking of
Go
which,
ahead.
speaking of flung, I need you to make a strength saving throw, Shuffle.
Yeah. Luck point comes in handy.
Okay. Alright, 1 second. You take half damage because you succeeded. You take 14. You would have taken 14 points of bludgeoning damage otherwise. And as the waves crash into it, you see the guy in front of you, like he gets thrown off. You see him let go of the barrel, and suddenly he's dragged into the water.
Can I? How far away from me are the docks from me?
You are on the docks at the moment. Like, you guys got it off onto the docks.
And he's in the water.
He's in the water.
I slam the thing into my chest. Like I try to embed this thing into my chest, and I jump in the water.
Okay. So you slam it against your chest and you jump in. Whoosh! You feel the very uncomfortable sensation of everything being pushed in. Actually, let me see about adding some storm noises to this.
Because
This
I
is the time
imagine
for that.
this dude just got dragged underneath the worst current that you could ever get dragged into in your life.
Since he rolled a natural 1, yes.
So Shuffle's trying to go fish form again and save this dude.
Okay, so you're going fish form. As soon as you jump into the water, make a wisdom saving throw. You feel something. Okay, go ahead.
Never mind.
Yep, you feel. Yeah, you feel something brush against your mind.
Okay.
Hello there, little fishy. Yeah. You scream in your mind all you want. The voice
I'll be
seems
right
to
back.
just ignore it.
Yeah, that's all Shuffle's doing.
The voice is like, what the fuck?
No.
I just wanted to talk.
As you start screaming, trying to do it, make another wisdom save.
You got a 4.
You are stunned.
Okay, I was gonna say I use luck, but okay.
You can
fair
use luck. I was waiting for you to say that you use luck. You can use it.
enough. 14.
You're still stunned,
Okay.
and your mind goes blank for a moment. That's better. I see that you are in my territory now. Isn't it nice? The power to freely move, unlike the other sorry souls.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Can he still think?
Not cohesively. Like, it's not like a super, like I can just plan things out in advance. You're stunned. But
Can you
after
just
6
say-
seconds, you come back into
Yeah.
consciousness.
So basically, to the
Actually-
thing in his head, the guy in his head just hears "suck a dick."
And here I was going to offer you something nice. Shame. And you see
Let
a
me save
glowing,
this guy.
You see a white form glowing,
Okay.
moving in the undertows of the water. One of the creatures that you fought.
He tries to say one last thing before anything happens. He says, "Let me save this guy, and then we'll talk."
I don't care for him. Go ahead. It will amuse me. And you are
Okay.
no longer stunned and you're able to move. Make a perception check with disadvantage. It is dark, stormy waters.
Is it just straight roll, maybe, because I have fish form?
It is dark, stormy waters, and you don't have dark vision.
14.
Just can see in the dark.
Well, no,
Fishes
light.
can.
I have the light spell.
Okay, if you're casting light, then it would be a straight roll.
Yeah, light spell of that, actually.
So you cast light, and then you start looking around. The light from the other creature that you see moving around the bottom of the lake actually also helps as you see a shadowed form of someone trying to swim their way upwards.
Yep. I'll head to him quickly.
Yeah, they're not doing so good. They're being dragged down still, but you swim on down, and you they like when they see you, there's like that moment of, and then it's like they're like motioning up.
He's gonna try to. He's gonna. Shuffle gonna grab this dude with his legs, like.
Feet
and
talons.
Try to pull. Yeah,
Uh,
basically.
Okay. It's a little awkward with the way that your feet currently feel. Kind of a little bit awkward, but you're doing it anyways, and you're just trying to do it. Strength check.
Where-
You're swimming. You're doing your best, and he's gonna actually roll it as well to see if he's able to help keep you moving in a not great.
I'll
Quest-
lean down
question.
to him.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Because I never said I breathed in the water once I got in here.
Mhm.
Once he starts to look like he's struggling, I'm transferring everything in my lungs into his mouth.
Okay. He's confused by the sudden kiss, but it's the only way you can do it. At the same time, he realizes what's going on. He inhales, and you feel the air sucked out of your lungs. But at the same time, as soon as you pull back, you breathe in, and there's that thick water that you. And watch this guy just like giving you a
He's
thumbs
not
up.
a complete dick.
No, we know this.
What?
Well, I know this at least.
I'm assuming everyone has already gathered in some place.
Yes, and I'm still going to say at this point we're not at you. Don't worry, we'll get to you in a moment.
I'm scared.
Mhm.
Why are no?
Yes, we'll get to you in a moment. We're still with Shuffle.
I don't want to be a target.
So Shuffle is still trying to swim up. Roll me. He's going to give you the help action to try and help assist you in this. So roll a strength save with advantage, or an athletics check with advantage rather.
Well,
You're making progress. You also start to notice as you're swimming up with him that there's a faint glow that's circling closer.
more time, more time. Shuffle's repeating in his.
I believe the term is tick tock, tick tock. Strength save with advantage. Or again, if you have athletics proficiency, you can use that.
He does not. 6.
Yeah, the current's still dragging you down. You're both like looking at each other, just like pushing against it.
He's got a few minutes of air in his lungs, technically.
Technically, yeah. Make another one. He's actually going to roll it this time. Straight roll. Actually, yeah, straight roll for him. He's got a +2 to his strength. So he's never mind. Natural 20. I was about to say he's going to roll the next one after this one, but you natural 20. Hearing
I'm biting my lip.
hearing that tick tock in your mind, it's both a case of fear and just dick.
Yeah,
Give me
pretty much.
time. You just pull at the water, and it's like for a moment you're like actually feeling like you're grabbing a hold of the water. Just yank yourself up, and
You know what I was about to do?
Hmm.
If that didn't work,
Hmm.
I was about to pull an Ashy. Or an
What is that?
Ash from Overwatch.
you're going to take the shotgun, shoot into the
I'm
water.
going to take down the shot, take out the shotgun, and use it as momentum. Yeah.
That's not how it works. That's not how ballistics work underwater. That's
It
the
could be
ballistics work.
funny, though.
It would be funny. I'll admit that would be funny.
If he had like something that would gust you at all, like a wind or something, that might have worked. But
Yeah, but at the same time, it's one of those things where like you would have tried, and even so, right now with the natural 20, that does get you the rest of the way to the surface. You're not out of the water, but you're at the surface.
I'll throw my grappling hook onto the surface and hold it for him.
Dex check. He will help you, so he's still with advantage.
Oh,
Still more than enough. Just you grab hold of it and you give it to him, and both of you.
I did need to roll that, damn it.
I mean, I was going to say, you need a dex check to pull yourselves up, or a strength check. I'll let you use the natural 20 to pull yourselves over. So you start pulling yourselves over.
I'm not going there yet because I know people are going to get scared when I walk out of the water.
Okay, so you pull yourselves over and you're like kind of hanging out underneath. Also, as soon as you are like outside of the water, make a con save. Okay, you breathe in and you kind of spit out the water in your lungs, and as you do, you take a breath, and for a moment you feel your lungs burn. Your throat tries to like tense as though it's trying to reject the air, but then you breathe in deeper and you just you're okay.
Do I hear it calling out to me?
You still hear the voice just kind of chuckling in the back of your mind.
What do you want?
What I've deserved for millennia. And you see the water spout. As you're looking over, you've both got a hold of this. You are basically holding onto this to keep yourself trying to go back over to port. You see the water spout slam into the side of the mountain. Just this storm of lightning and water billowing over, just completely going over the barricades in some ways.
I'm trying to help him up.
Yep. You with that again with the natural 20, I'll say that you were able to help him with that.
And I just I try to tell him the best as I can. It's gonna take a second, but get thing, and I'm basically telling him, get the barrel, and go.
Yeah, he's like, fuck the barrel, man. Come on. I'll cover for you. He just takes your do you have a hood?
Not currently, I imagine.
He takes a sash he has around his waist and kind of just throws it over your head. He's just
he has a hood. It's not that thick. So it wouldn't weigh him down that much.
Okay, so yeah, he pulls up your hood. He's just like, look, just stick with me. I'll cover you. Just we can go back for the barrel. It's waterproof, right?
Shuffle falls in the water.
Heck.
Fine. That's it.
Yeah, do what you need to do. But yeah, you can see parts of the wall just kind of crack against the waves as they're being struck by this water spout, and you actually see a few of the buildings. There's offshoots of lightning that definitely should not be able to reach in the way they do, but you're seeing it just wildly just.
As this is happening, as the Shuffle just takes the grappling hook and detaches it and falls into the water.
So you're just dropping into the water?
Yep, and he screams, "Before you kill everybody, can I please speak to you?"
Before you kill everybody. Oh, this is...
Are you doing that in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a moment of silence. You're under the water. It's still chaos and such, but you kind of swim down, trying to look around, see him. You don't see any form. You see a few of the white forms of the marrow just kind of flittering about the underside of it. White teeth glittering in their own glow. No sign of this creature. Wherever it was big enough to be seen from a distance, but didn't seem to have actually come towards.
Can he speak in this form?
Out loud?
Yeah. Because I was wondering if he still has the mimicry feat, or does his race actually change for the time being?
His race does not change. He can still speak when he's above water, but underwater, basically it's like blowing bubbles.
He's just screaming underwater.
Yeah.
He's trying to go towards the middle of the storm, swimming at his full.
Say about good 2 minutes as you're trying to swim towards this, and then you hear, "This is as it should be.
Let's
Let
talk,
nature take its
please.
course."
They have innocent people on the island. Let them leave, then take over this island as if it's your own. Don't kill so many innocent people just to let nature take its course.
It's very weird you shuffle talk, Norm.
Oh, innocence. Innocent is such a cute thing to think of yourself as. You, creations of the gods.
Fuck the gods. I'm a creation of me, boy.
Sounds like Shuffle would actually say it, so that's about right.
At least one of you has some brains. That being said, that does not change that you are their creation, and they took it from us.
Took what? Hey, look. I'll help you get it back. I'll help you get whatever you want back. No problem. Just there's a lot of good people on that island that don't need to die. I mean, they can, but they don't need to.
And we will see who survives the storm.
About that, not too many people breathe underwater. I have this shell that I ate, you see? And it's kind of helping a bit. But, like, other than that, I just got a boom boom.
No response.
Can I at least see ya? I mean, if all my friends are about to die, I at least want to see the person that killed them and congratulate them. No trickeries, I promise.
No response.
Damn it,
Please.
Norm, trying to chase this. Shovel's legit underwater trying to chase this storm.
You're trying to chase this storm. You're trying to chase the source of it.
Shuffle's like ghetto levels of well spoken, and it uses the fuck out of me.
That moment where it's like, hey, if I was actually able to speak, I'd be really good at talking. But at the same time, please. Please. But,
In my mind, Shuffle is like his voice would be subtly ghetto. Just
subtly,
a little bit of mishaps every once in a while.
as one does. You search around, I'd say with the swimming and with this, you probably have a couple more minutes of this form left. After which point, it'll drop and you'll be a bird boy again. So you can either chase the storm, or you can get to safety.
Chase the storm.
Okay. Keep swimming around, trying to find the source of this thing. Eventually you see the lights of the marrow dim.
I'm about to fucking
And-
die. Let me speak to you.
No response.
I'm
You gotta
about to
say please. You gotta say please. That'll
You're
get
not
you in.
there! OC Pigeon. This is OC Fish!
It's Nemo.
We love here to offer you some tips, my
What
boy.
if I fucking do your bidding or some shit, man? I don't know. I just don't want my friends to.
He sounds like he's crying. Oh my god.
No response.
Oh.
He's now he's moved. He's been swimming out towards like the ocean, trying to find where this thing is. You see the lights of the marrow swimming away from the docks.
The mayor are the like, people, right?
Marrow are like the merfolk that are the vicious ones that attacked you.
The
Do any
ones
come
that I
near
said
me?
we should eat.
Can you what?
Do any come near me at all?
No.
Then he just starts saying, "If the marrow can survive, how is that not fair? Or how is that fair? They have an advantage given to them by gods."
No response.
Talk to me, for fuck's sake.
The lights of the marrow dim as they move away, and they move into some like the seaweed into the silt, and just kind of slide away quickly into darker waters. About this time, you're, I'd say, about 60 feet underwater, and you start to feel feathers beginning to grow back on your form. You need to hit the surface, or you're not going to hear anymore.
I have 4 minutes of oxygen.
You just told you're not going to hear anymore.
No, you hear one last thing before your form changes. You're a fool, but I can appreciate one who is so foolish. And then as your form becomes the bird again, you feel your mind just kind of like a splitting headache for a moment, and then this moment of just silence, just the water, and this faint in the distance.
How far away is the closest mirror?
Most of them have disappeared into the darkness. The closest one before that point was probably a good 200 feet at least, and they were basically dashing down into the depths.
Shuffle's in the middle of the storm.
Well, he's in the middle of the ocean. Well, not the ocean itself, obviously, but he's moved away from the lake and is at a point where he can kind of just look around. But at the moment, darkness. You can hear the storm going off above him gently, but it seems quieter at the very least. But then again, it might be because you're 60 feet underwater.
He's just repeating in his head, pussy, pussy. Legit, if the thing is still listening, Shuffle's just trying to get his attention next.
Minute passes. 2 minutes pass. Your lungs begin to feel like they're burning, wanting air.
Oh, Shuffle!
I'll wait till the 3rd minute, then I'll start to rise.
It's the beginning of the 3rd minute.
He starts to rise, and then
Goes back up to the surface. As you kind of turn around and look, the water spout no longer is visible. There's a section of the wall that has rocks that looks like part of it's been cracked out slightly, like it was cracked from some of the force. One of the buildings kind of is lopsided. Lightning has scarred a lot of the top underside sections of certain walls. A few buildings look like they have a little bit of scarring to them. Nothing's on fire, thankfully. The water put out any fires that may have been caused by it. But currently you're floating in the middle of the, basically at the outset of the lake area, and it's quiet again. For everyone else, you guys made it away.
the bird left Alex's shoulder. The bird never left Alex's shoulder.
Of course.
Basically, if that bird ever poofed, that was going to be their sign of knowing Shuffle ain't coming back.
Of course. And if it poofed, then, you know, you have known something happened to them, which Queen's still there. You guys managed to get onto the docks. You did still suffer a thorough drenching. You all are cold. Thankfully, none of the lightning hit the bottom section. Most of it was located to the top and middle sections. Varric, you were woken up quite soundly by the sudden crackling of lightning against one of the nearby buildings. So you were awake as you saw, essentially looking out your window, seeing a giant storm right outside your window. Yep. And
You were fighting again? The two are fighting again?
no, you just see a storm right in front of the window. You don't see like people fighting. You just see wind and lightning crackling.
I think he's asking, are the Jinn thing fighting again?
You don't see any forms besides the storm.
Alright. Must be
Ooh.
another storm. I'll just... Is there a bath in this place?
A bath?
Yeah.
There is.
Who bathes in the middle of a storm?
I just woke up. It's my morning routine.
It's not
It's
morning.
not morning.
Oh,
I'm saying
sorry.
you were woken up by the water spout striking lightning against some of the places. You're like, I'm waking up, it's morning, and like, no, you're ready to do that, and then you realize your windows are clattering around as lightning is crackling from the water spout that is basically all storm next to your inn. It is not it's not striking your inn, but it struck a building nearby to it, and it was loud. Everyone within 300 feet would have heard that, and you're just kind of like, okay, that was loud.
How's the ship doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna get back soon.
Okay, so you head back to sleep, or as best you can, while lightning is crackling.
Well, before I do, I'm gonna get dressed and make sure everyone down. Okay.
Most everyone is like either, no one's like in the actual common area. Most everyone looks like they're asleep, except for the lady who's playing solitaire, and she's looking at her cards, looking back out the window, and just like staring at it for a moment. Slowly lifts a hand and flips it off. Goes back to playing cards.
No chill. Or all the chill, excuse me.
Oh, I'll ask the owner. I'll go. I am dressed.
He's not at the bar at the moment.
Oh, well, I'll just go back upstairs.
Okay.
Lock the door, undress.
All that stuff. Gotcha. No worries. I gotcha. Alex and Nastra, you are both drenched.
Okay. Naturally.
The wind has caused a slight chill to you, but while you are drenched, you were able to get moving fast enough with the realization of it being a water spout to move with some urgency. You're probably not going to get an extraordinarily good night's rest. And I think that's a good place to end the session for this evening.
Oh, no.
You know, I think Alex is getting real tired of the salt water just fucking her hair all the way up.
Can you tell them the note they get eventually by any chance or no?
Yes, before we end fully, I'd say probably a good hour after you guys have started drying yourselves off, suddenly there's a note that comes from Queen into her little hand that reads, "Sup fuckers, I'm still alive. Had an experience. Ship be like that. Doing some shit spy fam. Or spy ship fam. Wrong way around. Doing some spy ship fam."
Where is your owner?
Astra is asleep, cuddled wherever Mollymuck is, TBH.
Yep.
Unconscious.
Yep. Molly was just like, as soon as he got out of it, he was like, "Saltwater? Alright." He basically like threw up his hood and just like grabbed you, and just anyone around was just like, come here, everyone cuddle together for warmth. Yeah.
Alex probably has, I'm honestly thinking Alex probably has a point of exhaustion, because I really doubt she would sleep after that.
Go ahead and mark that off. Ford also will be having a point of exhaustion. He also did not sleep.
Where the fuck is the toggle for that?
If you go into the settings cog.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Shuffle sleeps on the side of a mountain.
I'm sorry, this is funny to me.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Mainly, so for next session, I'm just gonna say what Shuffle's gonna be doing, if that's okay.
We'll get to that next week. No worries.
Alright.
But in the meantime, that is where we're leaving off. Alright. Anything else you guys want to talk about out of character before we...
Yeah.
Where's the guy who saved my fucking alcohol?
Hey, yo, Guru, are my dreams weird tonight?
We'll get to that next week.
Are my
What's wrong with some James Brown? You got no soul.
I was actually really glad to get into more of Imnastra's like organization stuff.
I came in halfway through that because I left to get some food, and I came in and I'm like, well then, I knew there was something fishy, like just in my head.
Out of character, you know that she's the one who did the bad thing.
I mean, honestly, I was suspecting that, so that didn't shock me.
I know I scared Emmy a bit.
You scared me! I'm surprised I don't have blood on my lip right now, dude!
Well, I knew he would get out of it. Shuffle's a crap boy.
I have my ways.
Yeah. You gotta believe
You He already used 2 luck points. That's what made me super tense, because I'm like,
He used all of his luck his points.
Yeah.
He used all 3 of them.
Shuffle has other things he can do. He hasn't shown you guys all of his tricks.
Exactly. So then I have every reason for it, because I don't know all that he can do. You literally just stated that reason.
Yeah. It's fine. Because at this point, Shuffle was just like, let me try to make sure my people don't just get destroyed.
He sounded like he was about to start crying, which I thought was a nice little effect from you.
You gotta realize, Shuffle
Take care, Eric.
he ever had. Shuffle as a kid was like legit bullied. You guys were his only friend.
This boy needs to be protected.
He's been standoffish just because he's an introvert most of the time.
Yeah. And we've got plenty more stuff that we're going to be able to go into regarding Shuffle, his dreams, and other things. But
I want to kiss his little beak.
give his beak a little smooch.
That's exactly. I think that's probably why Alex was terrified. Like, what did you do? It's like the child coming up to your parent going, "Mom, what's up? What did you do?" Because now she's immediately thinking like either something's wrong with him, he broke something, or just something is just not right in general. Because I'm gonna be honest, after everything, he doesn't like her.
Do you want to know the reason he actually came and hugged you out of character?
Yeah, I'm curious.
He just felt like he's being mean to you, and you don't deserve.
This boy too pure for this world.
Too pure.
You legitimately like, she's nothing but really nice to me, basically. I treat her like a dick. Let me change that a little.
Hug.
But yes, for everyone else in the future, thank you so much for watching. For everyone who is unaware, we do stream this Thursdays starting at 4:30. We generally try and start around 4 to just have some fun, talk about random stuff. And if you guys want to follow the Twitter we have, that is at WhatTeamComp. I'll actually put that in the chat real quick, so that way if you guys like do any fan art, because I was going to do some fan art stuff, but because of the bug bombing, I wasn't able to get that set up in time. That's on me. Sorry about that.
That ain't on you. Don't go there. Life things happen. Shit happens. What you gonna do?
Yep. Which actually, let me change that real quick. Twitter at WhatTeamComp. So if you like at WhatTeamComp, I will be able to see any fan art that's drawn, and I'm going to be trying to do a little fan art compilations. Mostly right now we've just got one person who's drawn a few things, but we've been freaking out. We've been wanting to share that. Again, I need to get the rest of that settled in so we can actually show that off to you guys, because there's some awesome stuff that I want to make sure that gets represented and shown off as well. In the meantime, we're going to head off. We also do have another session that does start 8 p.m. East. Also, at the 4:30, that's Eastern Standard Time. There will be another one that does start around 8 p.m. So if you guys are in the stream right now, stick around. We're going to be having another thing. If you guys are watching it in the future, that is Elements in Shadow, and there is a playlist for that as well. So in the meantime, thank you all so much, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye!
Talking bird.